Hello, everyone. What is going on? My name is Timpedia, and welcome back to the TNT podcast. For the first time in 3 weeks, we have the entire cast with us. Myself, Freeman, and Tyler.
Yo.
Good to be here.
It's been a while. It's been a rocky road. We had to sub out Tyler for Luigi 2 weeks ago, and then last week, Leslie and Danny took the spot of Freeman.
Damn.
It's okay. She doesn't listen to the podcast, even the one she was in.
I got a chance to listen to it, and oh man, Danny made some crazy noises the second Leslie started talking.
It was pretty brutal, except for the one time she waited until I was talking to start fucking making noises.
Yeah, that's what Danny does. That's what she does.
But anyway, we went from no news to a bunch of news, as we always do right before the show starts, where we all go check IGN and Twitter and shit and all our news sources and immediately find a bunch of stuff worth talking about today. But what the hell was that? I just heard. Oh, I think I flicked. No, I think I did something to my headset for a second. It shouldn't affect anything. But anyway, let's get on to the news. Before I break everything. This is a personal story for me that I think is really cool. I don't know if you guys know anything about this. Freeman, you might, because you know some stuff about League of Legends. No?
Nope.
Yes, no? Is Freeman gone?
Is Freeman dead?
Oh, shit. Freeman's dead.
Oh, shit, he's gone.
He's dead, Jim.
He's dead. He's dead, Jim.
Dead.
Oh, are we carrying? Are we going to carry?
I mean, we'll try to carry forward, and if not, I mean, it's just part of the pod. I mean, we had Danny last week, so the podcast can't get worse than that, so.
Damn. But, so yeah, I don't know shit.
So, this
what
is
is
oh.
this?
Can you guys hear me again?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, here you go.
Fuck Discord. That sucks. I just cut out all feed from my mic, but still said I was getting input.
Weird.
Amazing.
Well, Freeman, do you know what Pentakill is?
Yes, I know what Pentakill is.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, shit,
so,
here we go.
So Tyler, here's to explain to you and the audience. A long time ago, Riot put out some skins for 5 champions in League called the Pentakill skins, where it pretended that 5 different champions were part of a metal band. It was just kind of a joke skin theme. They have blocks of themes all the time, and this was their metal theme. It was really weird. But then a few guys in Riot who really liked metal and worked in the music department decided, let's make the actual Pentakill album. So they did, and it came out about 4 years ago, I think. Yeah, wow, 4 years now. My God, that's crazy.
What about League? They're always putting out real music albums to commemorate the game.
Yeah, all the time they do really awesome music stuff, and they came out with this Pentakill album, and they actually went out and found metal producers and songwriters and collaborated with them to put out this an album with a breadth of different types of metal. Pretty mainstream stuff, but still, it was really cool. I'm not really into metal, but I really like a lot of the songs they came out with.
Let's say, what kind? Did they get any mainstream bands or?
I can't. You'd have to go look up the names. I don't know any of them, but I know that. So the story though is that just this past week, the next album came out. They came out with Pentakill 2, which they've been teasing for a long time. And they came out with a new skin for a 6th champion because they added a female singer. So they made the female champion, Kale, the female singer. And they came out with a music video for one of the songs on the album, which was all animated, which was really cool. And it's really good. I actually like almost all the songs a lot. I even played some for Val, and what I was going to say, Tyler, is a lot of it kind of sounds like 2 Steps from Hell, kind of that epic metal-y rocky music.
Oh yeah.
So it's not going to appeal to a metal head, a death metal head, but I thought it was really good music, and honestly the new album is I don't know if it's better, but it's certainly on par with the original. There's a lot of back and forth, of course, on Reddit and stuff like that.
I don't think there are real established bands involved because I'm not seeing anything for it. But
if you go into the description of one of the videos on YouTube, any one of the songs on YouTube, it has a list of every single person who worked on it.
They've
and
got,
I know
a touring schedule.
It's all a joke. It's all fantasy stuff. It's all
it was real.
No. Everyone, I saw at least one comment on YouTube. Someone was like, "Damn it! I thought it was a real touring schedule." No, but it was. It's just a fake thing within League. But I don't think they have any actual bands on it, but there are certainly metal people. Like I know the female singer is a famous metal singer woman.
Metal singer woman.
Sorry, I don't know.
It's
I don't know
fine.
if they have
It's
weird names
fine.
for metal people.
I could actually like contribute to this conversation.
No, but the album came out and I've been listening to it a lot, and I think it's really good. And I really liked the first album too, almost all of it. So there's same as the last album. There's like 1 or 2 songs that aren't quite for me, but overall I really enjoy it actually. So yeah, I just thought
I'll even check it out.
you should. It's pretty good music. There's already compilations of all the songs in one song. Unfortunately, they did the same thing as last year, where one of the things in the playlist is actually just them doing this little spoken intro, and it's really cringy.
But
They did it last year. It was really dumb. Like, behold the age of metal. And it's like, get the fuck out of here.
hey man, Tenacious D did that shit and it was popping off, man.
Yeah, not this. No.
Oh,
Did you guys ever watch Metalocalypse?
I don't. It
Have
sounds
I?
familiar, but I
I'm
don't
just
know
getting
what
the
Have
vibes of
I?
like, dude, I fucking love Metalocalypse, so I'm just getting the vibes of the fake metal band that gets way too
It's got a
popular. Kind of,
Swizz Gilf.
it really
Yo,
is.
Thunder
Like,
Horse
it's.
is my shit on Guitar Hero.
They actually just did an AMA today. All the guys at Riot who worked on it did an AMA about the album today.
oh, nice.
But yeah, it's really cool. Like there was a lot of in jokes in the music video and stuff like that, and they beat the shit. Freeman, you'll understand. They beat the shit out of Timo over and over and over again.
Hell yeah.
Like they show up in the Bandle home city, and they like every member of the band when they appear at the city just beats the shit out of Timo somehow or someone else. It's really funny. But anyway, unfortunately, we're not going to have Tyler talking for a little while because there is a bunch of Magic news came out this last week. Sorry, Tyler, this will be quick, but
Yeah,
it'll be quick.
Too
Yep.
long.
we
That'll
have
be quick.
we have 2 Magic stories. The first is kind of a general thing. They announced that under the Magic... So for a while, they've been throwing this term Magic Digital Next around, and no one really knew if that was a specific product, like an MTGO replacement, or an app that could track your stats or something, or if it was like what it was exactly. So it turns out it's this umbrella of games that Wizards is developing under the Magic license to kind of fill different roles.
I didn't even know it was going to be an umbrella term. I thought this was just the name of the actual game itself.
Well, that's what everyone thought. And then when they announced the MMO a few months ago, they also said this is not Magic Digital Next. This is part of Magic Digital Next.
This is part of their multimedia blitz to get you to play Magic on
Kind of.
every electronic platform.
They've said along the way MTGO's not going anywhere, but a lot of people are still hoping for a rebuild of MTGO because it's so fucking old.
Yeah, it really kind of sucks.
It's really a piece of crap in a lot of ways. But they announced a new product, MTG Arena, which they offered no information about. Apparently, we're going to learn more at HasCon. It's going to be playable. A lot of people are guessing this is the next Duels of the Planeswalkers /
It's basically
Duels.
confirmed, considering they've now taken not Duels of the Planeswalkers. What are they calling it? It's just called Magic Origins.
Origin.
what
Yeah,
they were calling
ever
it.
since that was taken down, without refunds for people too, which is really shitty.
Yeah, that was annoying.
But yeah, so this seems like that'll fill that more casual kind of Hearthstone-y level space for Magic.
Yeah,
And then as
definitely.
people get more advanced, they'll move into MTGO, where you can if anything beyond standard and drafting is in this new product, it'll be shocking. That's
Yeah.
probably what it'll cover. It'll be
I
like
can't
if
imagine it being like an extensive I don't want to call them all eternal formats. People will bitch that Modern's not eternal, but it's not going to have support for like
Modern's not
Legacy
eternal.
Vintage. I know, but like non-rotating.
Yes,
formats. I like
non-rotating.
having
There you go. That's
I
the
like
word,
having a fun
non-rotating.
nickname for it because non-rotating is a boring term.
Yes.
But it's not going to support anything that isn't like current standard.
Yeah.
Basically, I can't imagine them going out of the way to advertise non-standard products.
The real interesting thing is if they tried to do something like Frontier or something, because
That
what
would
do
be
you do with
interesting.
all the sets and cards that disappear? Unless you just let people import the cards into MTGO?
I
That would
can't
be
imagine
cool.
doing that. They still haven't. So like when Pokemon introduced their online client, they introduced a system where if you bought a pack in real life, you were able to
Get that
also
same
redeem
pack
a pack in the
online.
online system. It wasn't. I don't know if it was the same cards, but it was
No, it
one
was.
pack.
Every
Oh.
pack has a code. I'm
interesting.
pretty sure. I could be wrong, but the way I've heard it, because like the MTG podcast I listen to from MTG Goldfish every week, every time they talk about it, it sounds like it's the same pack of cards.
Oh, because then the price was just like a pack from the same set. But regardless, there's that closer tie with playing it online because you play it in paper, and right now you don't. There's like almost nothing there. I know if you
Nope.
if you own a full set on
There's
MTGO,
redemption.
you can exchange it. Is it for one of, or is it for actually a 4 of the full set?
No idea. All I know
wanna
is
say it's
the
one of
redemption
each
windows
card
are
of the set.
really tiny.
Yeah, basically you have to be like an obnoxious collector, just ripping packs open in MTGO in order to even get close to doing this.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is on the podcast again, they sometimes talk like, "Hey, the redemption windows for." I think the redemption window for like Kaladesh is open right now or something. I don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Alright.
it's
we'll get more news about MTG Arena as they decide to expose more. I'm willing to bet HasCon's gonna be like their big reveal of whatever stage one is.
Were you not listening when I said the...
No, I wasn't listening.
Oh my god. Arena is supposed to be playable on the show floor at HasCon.
Oh, cool.
And in our second Magic news, we are currently, unfortunately, as with every podcast, since we do it during the week, it comes out during the middle of news cycle. So anything that lasts a week, aka Magic, we always are in the middle of. But currently we are going through the spoilers for Commander 2017. Yesterday, so we are looking at the 4 tribal decks, which are supposedly green, white cats, 5 color dragons, red, white, and black vampires, and red, blue, and black wizards. And yesterday we got the cats, the new cat cards, which are very cool. And
have we
today
got official confirmation on the Grixis Wizards, or is it still speculation? Right
pretty
now?
sure not, but actually no, it seems like it because one card that was spoiled today was a vampire wizard and it was blue, which means it can't be in the vampire box.
Oh, okay.
So actually I just put that together literally as I said it, but because apparently it seems like they're trying to do some kind of crossoveriness.
They kind of need
like
to.
How there's a cat dragon and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know the Cat Dragon doesn't really cross over too hard, but I know in Commander, all of the uncommon cards in Commander are featured in more than one of the decks.
Yeah.
So they do have some crossover, and some of them are going to be like very generic stuff, like Soul Ring, or those are common because they're in all of them, but certain things will appear in multiple decks. There are some cards that are literal crossovers. There was one, it was like a wizard zombie that it's like whenever a wizard wizard vampire. It was whenever a wizard or a vampire.
That's the one I was talking about.
No, but I'm just trying to explain it more in depth. Just that they can be slotted into other, or no, was it the black-white? It was the black vampire that when it dies,
what?
return a vampire or wizard. The one that was spoiled this morning.
It was. I'm pretty sure it was blue, wasn't it? Or no, it was probably black. It had to be
it was black because it goes into both the decks. The point
regardless,
is they are trying to do these crossover cards that fit into both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But today was dragons. Yesterday was cats. There's a lot of cool cards so far. Unfortunately, the dragon deck was spoiled. We talked about it back on like the first podcast. Most of the new dragon cards were spoiled. Some new ones did come out today, which was cool. And a lot of new cats came out yesterday. And man,
the cats are cool.
Commander is such an I love when these boxes come out because they always have such cool cards that you could never even think of printing in Standard or something. So it's like, wow, look at all these cool cards that this is totally out of left field.
I was dying
exciting
of laughing when I saw
design.
that one card where it's like cats you control protection from rats.
Oh my god, the most flavorful cat ever.
Rat,
oh my god, it's such flavor.
It's like just a cat playing with rats, and the more rats you eat, the stronger they get. It's ridiculous.
What was it? What was I gonna say? Shit. Now I'm forgetting. Oh, so today the head designer of the set, I forget his name, but he put out an article, or the head, either designer, no, it was designer. Sorry. He's the one who ran this he's the guy who ran Nicol Bolas Archenemy and then started this back in 2015 in November. And he talked about how when they decided to go down to 4 decks, he insisted that the same number of new cards came out. So we're still getting as many new Commander cards in only 4 decks and 4 types of cards compared to the 5 we would get in a normal year.
Nice.
Also, 4 seems to be the number going forward, according to him.
Interesting, which means they're not going to... I don't know, because the only color cycle they haven't done as a Commander product is ally-colored Commanders, but they've already said that ally color has the most support in terms of legendary creatures.
You don't need more ally color stuff.
Except... I love playing green-white, and I could always use more.
And you're getting the only ally color, the only 2-color deck this year is fucking green-white. Get the hell out of here.
I know they actually managed to spoil a green-white legendary creature, and I'm like, oh damn, that's gonna slot right into Cis A.
What, the equipment
The
one?
3-2
Or
the one
Miri.
that's like yeah, because she makes combat just work in your favor.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah,
Dude, that equipment I'll tell you later.
yeah.
But anyway, let's move on to news Tyler can finally talk about.
Wake
Overdank.
him up, wake him up. Overdank,
Overdank.
yeah,
Overdank.
Overdank.
Ooh, Overdank. Yeah. Daddy 76.
Oh man, so this afternoon the summer games launched again for this year. Tyler and I were just playing before the podcast
Yeah,
started.
literally right before.
But they have a ton of new skins in place, and thankfully they brought back all of them from last year and they put them on discount.
Sale.
So they
That's
cost
amazing.
as much as regular skins would, which is great for anyone who missed out last year. Because for anyone who doesn't know, the summer games were the first event they had last year, and it was before they added the system for being able to buy event skins. Last year, you just had to like get lucky and get the ones you wanted.
Yeah.
If you didn't get them, you're out of luck. So, like I didn't get American McCree last year, and I was super butthurt all year watching literally everyone play with American McCree.
But now you can just buy them for a measly 250 credits, which is
Literally
amazing.
first thing I did.
Yeah, same. But now I'm like, oh, I need that that lifeguard McCree.
Oh yeah, dude.
The vapors.
They immediately
And
they
Daddy
immediately went after
Daddy
themselves.
76.
They gave him the meme Dad 76. Jeez.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. But I'm not playing Lucio Ball
Yeah,
anymore.
if you want to play shitty Rocket League, go play Overwatch. Right now.
Yeah. Yo, but it's actually shitty Rocket League. I
It's
don't
like
care what it is.
actually shitty Rocket League.
Like I would rather go play Rocket League, which I don't play.
Nah, everyone else got really good, and I got really shitty. I don't play Rocket League anymore.
Yeah. See, so there you go. Just play Mystery Heroes
Hell yeah.
all day, every day. But yeah, so I'm gonna be playing that for a while, and then yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's all the Overdank? Okay.
That's pretty much it. I
look,
mean, like, I don't know.
Look,
what
this is
else
not,
to
it's
say
not
about
like a
it.
new event. There's no PvE shit. It's just like new skins, and yeah,
Yeah.
we're excited to play again.
New skins. It's just another reason to start like playing. Like I know that I was in a lull after the last double XP that they had.
I missed it. I want them to have another, but they already confirmed they're not doing one during this event.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just playing for the events almost. Like, and I also got ranked. And after I got ranked, I was like, oh fuck it. Like I'll just next time I'll pick it up as summer games. And now it's here. And now it's like, okay, let's get some skins, have some fun again with this game. And that's it. There's really nothing else cool about it. I know, well, except for I've noticed Doomfist is starting to get into rotation a little bit more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I've started to see him. Like he's still being played a decent amount, but not as much as when he first came
Well,
out.
it's
Like
not like
was it
every
last
single
week?
game. Like people are smart about it. They
Yeah.
know, like I suck with him. I shouldn't play him.
Yeah, but he's definitely starting to become a favorite in the dive comps, which Blizzard was worried about.
Yeah.
At least
that
from
is
my
really
experience
good.
so far.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically everyone I know except for you, Tyler, has quit playing Overwatch because PUBG has taken over their lives. So.
I balance it. I balance the PUBG and the Overdank life.
Oh my
Hell yeah.
god.
PUBG's so good. It's so good. It gets you so sweaty.
That I believe.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Just drenched. Anyway, we should move on.
Okie dokie. We have a lot of quick news, and we're just gonna only accelerate more into actual. I mean, honestly, the rest of this could just be called quickies. Like, this is all not huge news. The other day, I think it was a day or two ago? They showed off what Cable looks like for Deadpool 2.
Oh, yeah.
And he looks really good.
He does look really cool.
Like,
Looks
actually,
like
they,
the comics.
yeah, he's got a big gun, and he's old looking, and he's just cool, and it's exciting to hear about, what's its face? Why is my brain not working? It's exciting to hear about Deadpool 2, because that movie has been...
The first one was dope. Now they gotta live up to it.
Yeah, exactly.
But-
Everyone's been really excited ever since that first one, because that
They should
first
have
one
a
was
bigger
real good.
budget now.
Yeah.
Because the first one worked with such a quote-unquote low budget.
Yeah, definitely.
But it sold so well.
No, and even if they don't, I mean, as long as the writing is still good, it was really solid.
Yeah, you know what they should do? This is my opinion. Like, Some years ago, this was like back in like 2010, 2011. Marvel came out with their Max imprint, where basically I don't know if you guys heard of that, but like I
No.
don't know. I like picked it up from the Punisher, like Garth Ennis, the guy who like wrote like The Boys and Preacher. Like if some of you are like into these shows, I'm talking to the listeners. I know you guys probably don't listen to or watch Preacher, but yeah, he wrote that stuff, and he did a long run of the Punisher. Like it went years, and it was under the Max imprint, where Marvel basically just like gave writers free rein. It's like, okay, you guys can write stories like these really adult stories, right? That aren't going to be a part of the universe, but like you guys can do it pretty much whatever you want with them. And so a lot of them were very like adult stories, like Punisher was pretty much R-rated. Like you had
course.
Wolverine, like everything,
Mm-hmm.
like cursing and all that. I'm like, I think Fox should just like leave this to be their niche. Like this should be like their adult,
What, Deadpool?
Avengers. Yeah, like Deadpool,
Like
like
all
do
their
shit
movie
like
projects.
Deadpool. Yeah, like Deadpool, like Wolverine. Like they kind of
Like
like
they're
went
not
all out.
family-friendly Marvel movies.
They're not. Yeah, they should
Family
just, I feel like
unfriendly.
they could keep doing this, or just like do stuff like this, and that way they're separating themselves from like the main Marvel universe, but at the same time like establishing stories for like themselves. I mean, they can't pick up Punisher anymore, right? But they could like try to focus on some of the other IPs, or like they could maybe like ask Marvel like, hey, like what if we did like this run on the Punisher and it's gonna take place in the same universe as Deadpool and like the rest of our Fox universe. I think that could be interesting.
Problem is, it's still a Marvel property.
That is.
It is. I was saying like
And-
you have to have like heroes that work, like that aren't about like the kids. Like you can't have Captain America going in and
No,
like,
God.
throw his shield and like take out a motherfucker's head. Like no, like
Like slice
they're
it off.
reserved for like heroes like the Defenders or oh my god, what's that? There's like one pair of heroes.
Oh shit! How does
They're
this?
like
Never mind. I'm thinking of how another news story. Keep going.
yeah, how like and basically like their whole man. I feel bad because they're like prominent in this current run, but like their whole origin stories are basically like they get their powers because they used drugs that they weren't supposed to because they're addicts, and then instead of being addicts and like whatever, they turn into superheroes essentially, trying to get drugs off the street. I'm like, yeah, that could be something.
I mean, the other thing is Marvel also feels. I'm sure they don't want to push the M rating thing. Like they are. I mean, I know I keep saying basically the same thing, but I mean, they have the Netflix shows which are pretty adult.
Yeah, like
And-
they're up
Official
there.
rating?
Jessica Jones. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, there
Got
was
a
some.
little bit too graphic with the sex scenes.
Yeah, exactly, and even just like the themes and stuff of the shows.
Yeah, so I mean, like they already have stuff like that, right? I mean, what's the worst they could really do with having something else off to the side? Really, that's how I feel about it. Like they have an opportunity here, and like, however they carry it is really up to them, and like what they're able to get their hands on
Mm-hmm.
in terms of using it. Like even though I would like to see a redone Punisher, even though Thomas Jane ones I thought was pretty good.
Yeah, he was
Like, they
really
could-
solid.
Yeah, I think they could have done another one. I think you could totally do another one and make it pretty good, but it would be confusing.
Aren't
with
they doing a
Shane
show with
Punisher.
just him?
Yeah, I think it might be like a mini one shot that
Okay.
I've heard that
Interesting.
was announced.
God,
I
I'm
like
still
that, though.
I'm still so behind on all the like Daredevil and all that.
Yeah, so is Leslie. That's
Yeah, I
bothering
know.
me.
Well, she's like, I can't afford to watch Daredevil.
Wait, why?
She's like, the feels, man. I can only
Yeah,
watch one or
the-
two episodes at a time, and then I just fall in love with
feels.
what's
Yo,
his
this
face.
This is why she doesn't love Gurren Lagann like we do. She can't stay in the feels.
Dude, she loves it too much. That's a case of her being like, I cry every time someone says the words, "When did you get taller than me?" If I said that on the podcast last week, she would have fucking killed me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then I was like, she's like, you have to, Tyler, you just have to watch Daredevil with me. You just have to watch all these shows with me.
Okay, you just have to make me do it, Tyler. Come on.
Yeah, was it Game of Thrones? She was like, Tyler, if I was watching this by myself, I was like, yeah, you probably wouldn't make it.
Oh, so good.
Game of Thrones, Loot
Game of
Train.
Thrones.
All right,
Keep
next
watching.
one.
Wait, hold on, real quick. Before we get
What?
off cable, can I tell a really short cable story?
Sure.
Sure.
So my first exposure to the character was through Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Oh.
And my friend who like introduced me to the game, he absolutely hated playing against Cable, so he kept calling him Gable.
Damn.
And
Wow,
but the thing is, I like when you're on the character select screen, there's no text for who you're playing, so I legit thought his name was Gable for like, and I was very confused when I learned that wasn't his actual name.
That's funny.
Thought it was
Oh
Gable.
my god.
Yeah. All right, so we can move on now.
Yeah, let's geez, I guess that's not a Quickie news. Maybe this is Quickie. I am a huge, I know Tyler, from the sound of it you are too. But I am a
Yeah.
titanic James Bond fan ever since my dad started me watching like GoldenEye when I was like, I mean, who wasn't into GoldenEye when they were a freaking kid
No,
in
who
the
wasn't
90s?
into GoldenEye? Who fucking wasn't?
I mean, video game plus everything else, it's just like hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking GoldenEye's the shit, but James Bond overall, like my dad I remember one year many years ago, I don't even think Quantum of Solace was out yet. We bought my dad a full DVD set of all of them, and me, my dad, and Ed watched through all of them over a summer.
Damn.
Nice.
James Bond is fucking great, and they just announced today, or Freeman said you heard something about this before, but the article I saw came out
It was a
today.
couple weeks ago. They were in talks about it. Like Craig was talking shit about James Bond, and they said they were going to discuss the contract. And then the next day, I think they said discussions went well, and there was no announcement made. But it like they both walked away from it sounding like he was going to return for the one more Bond movie.
Well, regardless, it is now an article today confirmed because there was an interview with the creator of some show. I said the name before and I already forgot it. What's it called? Purity is going to star Daniel Craig. It's a show on, I don't even care. But they're delaying the show because apparently he is going to be the next. He is going to be James Bond. He's going to be the next James Bond. He's going to be James Bond again for Bond 25, which does not have a title yet, which is amazing. Spectre wasn't fantastic, but Craig has been pretty freaking on point.
I've
Every
had
James
mixed
Bond
feelings
movie.
about him, actually.
Yeah, same. Like
No,
not
I'm-
bad, but
Yeah, I don't think he's bad. Like, in fact, he's grown on me. Like, I didn't like Casino Royale. I think it had its moments.
See, that's
I know.
no. I was gonna say that's exactly why then, because I remember seeing Casino Royale and being like, "Fuck, this guy's great," and
Yeah,
that's
and
that's
then
where most of
Quantum
it
of
comes
Solace
from for me.
Brought me plummeting. I didn't like Quantum of Solace.
Well,
at
that
all.
movie sucked.
So-
Yeah, that's
so-
not.
no,
But I don't
Quantum
think
of
that's
Solace was
his
great, but
fault.
He was good as Bond in Quantum of Solace, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was. And then freaking Skyfall came out, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is one of the best movies ever.
Skyfall's really fucking good.
Oh my God, I was dead. I was dead. Almost everybody's like performance in that movie was just stellar. And I was
Yeah.
like, I
Oh
can't
my
believe
God,
this.
the send off for Judi Dench.
Oh my God.
Jeez, dude.
Dead. I was dead on the ground.
I mean,
I was
she
gone.
did that.
I was fucking gone. It was such a great movie. And then I was
Not
like,
really.
Spectre was
No, Spectre wasn't great. Skyfall was fantastic. I mean, here's the thing. If you look back, everyone remembers Brosnan, but Brosnan didn't have any movie that was as good as Skyfall.
No.
And I think you
I
couldn't.
agree.
I don't think Pierce Brosnan could have made a movie as good as Skyfall.
He was definitely
because-
a different kind of actor.
Exactly. I
at
think
that
I
time.
think I think Craig's Bond is much more of a response to like the Jason Bournes of the world. But at the same
Like the
time,
generic action hero, sort of.
kind of, but not even that so much as just a lot more quietly threatening.
Mm.
Like he has so few one-liners compared to the old one-liner days. Like even Brosnan all the fucking time was
One-liners.
just and it's great. That's the charm of older Bond, where it's just like, you got him right there. But now it's like it's going for a much more realistic and dark
Real.
thing. And I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe take Bond back in another direction after this. But I think for the Bond that he was going for, which was that dark and kind of scary Bond. I think Craig did an amazing job, and
Yeah,
I
he
really
brought
like
that
him in that
emotion.
role.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, Tim, which Bond is your favorite?
Like actor?
Yeah. Just because you've seen all of them.
Well, the guy who unfortunately was in Majesty's Secret Service, whose name I can't even remember, is at the bottom. Fucking the only movie
Roger
in
Moore?
No. He was the most prolific Bond. There was a guy who was, what was his fucking name? I can't remember. He was only in On Her Majesty's Secret Service, and that's the only James Bond movie with a direct sequel.
Really?
And he didn't come back for the sequel. It's like George Lazenby, but no, I think he was in like 4 of them. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, it was George Lazenby.
It
That's
was
right.
for the single
Yes.
one? Okay, because
Yes.
then there was Timothy Dalton did only a few. That's what it was. And then Roger Moore did tons. Sean Connery, Pierce, Craig. And I feel like I'm missing one. Maybe not, though. Oh my God, I remember when it was the 50th anniversary of James Bond, and everybody wanted all of them to be on stage for the Oscars. Because they celebrated the 50th, and then fucking, like, I think it was Sean Connery or Roger Moore was like, nah, I'm not doing it. And it was like, fuck you!
Damn, fucked up.
We could have had all of them on stage. Everyone was so hyped for it. I remember me and my dad were popping off. We were like, oh my God, I want to see them all there. And then it's like, nah, it's not going to happen. Sean Connery doesn't feel like it or whatever.
Fucking Sean
That
Connery.
sucks.
It would be one of them. It would be either Sean Connery or Roger Moore.
But regardless,
Surprised.
I think I don't think you can't not name Sean Connery as the top 1 or 2 just because he did establish what that character is.
Yeah.
I mean, up until Craig, you could say that almost every Bond calls back to Connery.
Scottish dude playing a British dude.
No,
Gotta
but
love it.
like actually though,
Okay.
every Bond has gone with the suave one-liner, ready to kill guys, but also still like able to joke around and do these one-liners all the time.
All the ladies.
It's
all
yeah,
the time.
and I feel like until Craig, that didn't actually change actually, which is another thing why I can see why Craig would be divisive. It's really hard. I mean, they all do a really good job. Timothy Dalton even was pretty good. Roger Moore was great. The only problem is that during the later ones, he got really old. Like he was, I think he was in like almost his 50s when he was filming the last James Bond movies he was in.
Damn.
And you can see that he's starting to get lines on his face by then, and it's like I don't know about this, guys. But oh man, I don't know. I really don't know who I'd say is the best. Because honestly, like I said, they really all do bring something to the table. I think the top 4 are easily Brosnan, Craig, Connery, and Moore. But that's cheating because those are the most famous ones. So I don't know. I love almost all the movies, so it's hard to pick, you know?
It's a solid answer.
Like, I know almost all the theme songs. Like, oh, God, except for fucking, again, to Quantum of Solace, which has that shitty duet song, and fucking, oh my God. Can I ask you guys, because we've never talked about this on the podcast or at all, what did you think of the theme song for Spectre?
I didn't care for it. Who sang that?
It was some boy
oh,
band
shit.
wannabe kid from England. I don't even fucking care.
Oh God, I can't remember.
Shit, what was that?
All I remember, I was like, "Yo, I just want to talk about Adele." For
Yo,
a hot
she
second.
Skyfall?
Dude,
killed it on
No, that was a great
And you know what's
song.
funny? I didn't actually love
Goosebumps.
Skyfall the first time I heard it.
Are you talking about Writing on the Wall by Sam Smith?
That's who it fucking was.
yeah,
I
yeah,
literally
yeah.
remember the first time I heard the first time I heard Skyfall, my dad and I were staying up until because it was the night of the release of the song. And I heard it and I'm like, "Man, Dad, I didn't love that." But then I heard Skyfall more and it really grew on me. And the next one for Spectre was my whole family was in the car and I think we were coming back from a vacation or something. And my sister played it or something, or I did, and I was at the end of it, I was like, "Fuck, that's not a James Bond song at all."
It's not. That's not what I heard exactly.
Like even the
Song
shitty
isn't
duet for Quantum
I
of
don't like this.
Solace, at least like James Bond is supposed to have some brass, some fucking horns. And this is like a sad piano song. Like Skyfall had the piano, but Adele added the depth and heaviness that a James Bond should have. The brassiness came from her, and they had horns in it. This kid is just like, I'm the quiet British boy singing about sadness.
Sam Smith.
It's like, get
Sam
the
Smith,
fuck
man.
out of here. This is so not what I want in a James Bond theme song. And then everyone in my family's like, I kind of like it. I'm like, fuck you.
No, you're right though.
I-
with you. I don't-
Yeah, I think there's some other bad ones, like when they try to work in the word, like the Octopussy song. It's fucking terrible. But then there's ones like Thunderball or Man with the Golden Gun or GoldenEye. Oh, GoldenEye. Fuck.
Golden fucking.
Who in our generation doesn't know that song? Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. Fuck, I gotta stop. I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, right.
It's just so good. Anyway, wow, not another non-quickie. But we're almost
None of
done.
it.
Off.
We're getting there. Freeman, you added this one, so why don't you take it real quick?
I
Or-
threw this one on because it's
Yeah.
part of my internet streaming media news agenda here. But Disney is pulling their content from Netflix, and I think this is kind of substantial because we're starting to see more and more companies are saying, you know, I don't want to sell my content to Netflix. I don't want to sell it to Hulu or these other providers. I'm going to make my own streaming service, which Disney says they're going to do. And we're starting to see this separation in the market where everyone wants their own paid platform. And I don't like this because this
Nope.
means that you now have to pay individual companies for their individual media, and they charge it as if they were a full-fledged service. I guarantee you Disney's going to do some like $5 a month bullshit for their
Yeah.
movies.
No.
And I want to say it's anti-consumer. Like we are getting the short end of the stick from this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not good. So
No.
yeah.
No,
Sucks.
here's a question. I was thinking of this when we brought up the shows before. What happens to Marvel shows that were made for Netflix?
This is really weird. I don't know. Are the Marvel? Because all of Marvel's technically owned by Disney, so Disney has a stake in all of those shows.
Yeah, but
But they.
they wrote these contracts must be written specifically to partner with Netflix.
Like if they're partnering with Netflix, I don't think they can pull it. But stuff where it's like Disney movies and Disney TV shows where like they have a license saying you can stream this until blah blah date, then we renew the contract. That kind of stuff's getting
Oh
pulled
yeah,
out
no,
way.
that makes sense.
But-
But then what do you do with the Defenders? What do you do with what happens to every show that's in production right now and hasn't? Because Defenders is where all we know, right? We don't know anything
Yeah.
past Defenders. What
No,
happens?
Luke Cage also got announced for next year.
They're announcing a
Season 2.
second season.
Yes.
So beyond
That's
Luke
confirmed.
Cage season 2, if they do Daredevil 3 or Jessica 2, where do those go now? Because those are in far off production.
I think it comes down to what the target audience is for this new Disney service. If they're aiming for like, you know, the more family-oriented market, like we said before, they're not going to want these more mature Marvel shows. They'd be
Yeah,
willing
but
to
then
sell the
you're
rights to
splitting your
someone else who-
branding. And hell,
Yeah,
what happens to
sorta.
the show we just talked about last week? Tyler, you brought up the show that's going to Hulu.
Oh yeah, the Runaways. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you kind of bring up something. I was thinking about adding this, but now that like we're kind of discussing it too, Netflix just bought Frank Miller's like review or like writing company, right? Like they're currently working on the King, the Kingsman movie,
Oh, yes, I saw this
right?
headline.
Like yeah, like they write the comic book, and they
Oh.
also wrote they helped write the first run of Civil War.
Ooh.
Yeah, so if like they bought that whole entire writing staff
Yeah.
just to not have them work on these, like anything not comic book related. would
Ooh,
be
that's
very
much more devious than I
sketchy.
was thinking.
Like it's very strange. What
I was just
What were you
thinking that they want to start making even more of their own content.
they could, but like I feel like that kind of talent who's already worked on so much Marvel writing already, and Civil War was good. Like Civil War, like the first one, like the comic run was so good. I forget the writer's name, but like he did a really good job on that. And if he's on this writing team, then I feel like that only just to supplement their comic shows, like their Defenders, their Jessica Joneses, and.
But isn't that on Marvel to like? Isn't Marvel doing most of the writing? I'd have to imagine.
Probably both.
Really?
Probably. I mean, like Netflix is like also producing it.
Yeah, but I imagine producing in this case is a lot more of like they're the ones making the show, like with the staff for the show. But Marvel sends the script Marvel sends the first script over to them.
Honestly, I have no idea. The script could come from honestly anyone. Like Netflix could have, like someone on Netflix's side could have easily gone over to Disney and been like, "Hey, I got this script idea for this new season of Daredevil. What do you think?" And they're like, "Oh shit, fam, this actually looks good." You never know. Like they're all like conjoined together, and we all know that Netflix is no stranger to making good content on their own.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
All right, we gotta move. So I'm gonna do some because we're already almost an hour in, and we gotta do research and then a bunch of other shit. So, just scrolling through IGN's front page right now for me. We're just gonna do some quickies. You guys can rattle some off if you want to. I saw some before. Borderlands Gearbox has revealed a new game called Project 1v1 codename. Closed technical test coming soon. Who cares?
What if they have multiplayer? It's a joke.
Ooh, Dark Tower didn't open very well, apparently.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to talk about it because I really want to see that movie.
No, I know. You and Leslie were talking about it. I remember.
And I hear nothing, like, not even just from the reviews, but, like, Leslie and I both have been hearing from people we know that, like, they didn't like it at all.
Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah.
Jeez, sorry, dude.
It's disheartening.
Yeah.
We're still going to give it a shot, though.
Go in open-minded. Hope it doesn't suck.
Yep.
Who is Benjamin Bratt? Who's that? Oh, the guy. Okay. The guy who was paralyzed in Doctor Strange. Remember, who was keeping himself with magic?
That guy. Yes.
Apparently, he's been told that he might be coming back for another bidding Doctor Strange 2. I don't know.
Huh.
I guess. I don't even know. This was a cool headline. Hellboy reboot cast Mila Jovovich as the main villain. We talked about it, Tyler, before we recorded.
Yeah.
I thought the original Hellboy movies weren't amazing, but they were cool.
They were cool. I didn't see Golden.
It's not as good.
I figured.
What's the guy's name, Tyler? I can't. It's embarrassing. I can't remember.
Perlman?
Yes, he was such. I'm sad that he's not the new Hellboy again, because
he was really the only good thing about.
Dude, he was so good as Hellboy.
He had the attitude.
But he was like jacked. He pulled like you saw him with horns on his head, and you're like, yeah, you're a fucking devil, dude. That's legit.
Yeah.
You're like, oh
good.
Man.
That was great.
Fox doesn't see The Simpsons ending anytime soon, which is so pathetic.
Christ. I remember when that shit was supposed to end after the first movie.
Oh yeah.
Dude, okay, so if you're gonna mention that, Tyler, what'd you guys think of the Simpsons movie?
It was okay.
Yeah, I thought it was all right. I didn't think it was like a good send off, but I still thought it was good.
I thought it was pretty good, actually. I remember seeing it because my family, when we were super young, when we had portable DVD players in our car, we borrowed like the first 5 or 6 seasons from a neighbor on DVD, and we watched them on car trips to like Disney World and stuff. And that was about all the Simpsons I've seen regularly. But the movie was pretty funny, I thought.
The only thing that kept me from really enjoying it was the fact that I was a camp counselor at the time for first graders. And so I had to take my campers to see that movie, and they wouldn't stop singing Spider Pig for like a good 3 weeks.
Spider
Wanted
Pig.
to kill myself for a little while there.
Yeah, my sister wouldn't shut up about it, because this is when I was in high school, like freshman year of high school for me, and my sister watched it, and she was like 7 or 8, and she just wouldn't stop.
Last quickie, Ubisoft is opening a studio to work on a game for the Avatar series. which is
Huh.
crazy. Former EA DICE manager Patrick Bach will work with the Division developer on its upcoming Avatar project.
Trying all they can to get
Dude,
to save themselves.
every
Trying
time
all they can.
you know what? I hate the Division. I really hate the Division
Same.
for what? No, for
Same.
one reason.
What?
The developer, Massive Entertainment,
Uh-huh.
before they were bought by Ubisoft years and years ago to start that initial work on the Division that started forever ago, they made some of my favorite strategy games of all time. They made the Ground Control series, which I just finished Let's Playing a mod of, and World in Conflict. They're some of the best baseless strategy games ever. And then Ubisoft bought them and got them working on this shit.
They got them working on this shit. Damn.
It's just depressing because they made, like, there hasn't been that many amazing strategy games for a while now. And I wish Massive was still making them. But anyway,
Now they made shitty Destiny.
yeah. But Freeman, everyone's been waiting. Apparently,
Yeah.
literally, we got a which episode was it on? Someone commented one week.
Oh, man, break out your air horns. It's time for the weeb shit.
There you go.
All right, so the first topic.
That was very gay.
I was so upset I couldn't be on last week to talk about it because was like the big thing to talk about.
I
Tyler
primed
mentioned it
you.
briefly in
I
my
primed
absence,
you.
Oh yeah.
but that Sony wants to acquire Funimation. And this is both interesting and very scary. I already gave my speech for the week about these different media groups wanting to do their own thing. But the thing with Sony is that Sony kills brands that they acquire. And this is why I'm scared. Because Sony has noted the fact that DVD sales, Blu-ray sales, physical media sales are down. But Funimation's collectible sales are up. Sony says, well, I don't know how they do it. Let's buy them and see what they do. And I'm like, fuck. Like, the reason Funimation does so well is that most of their money does not come from their physical release market. They capitalize on the fact that, most people want to stream. And they did a pretty good job of renovating their site last year. And they had originally did a big overhaul like 5-6 years ago. But they were honestly a solid site to stream their entire back catalog from. I was paying them more than I was originally for DVDs just to stream from them. Then I started buying collector's edition Blu-rays when they'd come out. Because I'm like, I personally like collecting physical media, and they don't overprint it. If you go to stores, they don't always have all these DVDs on shelves like they did for a while when the market was crashing. Like, they do very limited runs. People buy them, and it's good. That's how Funimation stays in business. Sony doesn't do that. Sony's going to ruin Funimation. I'm very concerned about this because you have all these Western studios that are starting to escalate. You have Universal wants to partner with Crunchyroll to produce anime. Sony wants to buy Funimation. You have some media group out on the West Coast partnering with Aniplex America to raise prices again.
Oh,
And
God.
it's all getting real shitty because now the one streaming service that was based at the Hulu of Japan that catered to outside the U.S. is going bankrupt. So they're out. I don't know what's going on in the streaming market. It's not a good situation, and I'm really hoping Sony doesn't fuck up Funimation because they're the one studio that's actually working to get dubs of shows done within a couple weeks of them airing and getting them out to Adult Swim.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're in the golden era of fast dubs, and I don't want to see this end anytime soon. Or at least not until Dragon Ball Super's over.
What is the dub coming out for that?
The dub is coming out on a weekly basis. They just finished the Frieza arc, and they're finally starting the anime original stuff.
Okay,
started
because
last episode.
I couldn't remember if they had actually
Future is
started
now,
it or they just
folks.
weren't. Yeah,
I mean, I've been keeping up with it on a weekly basis. Like, they learned what they did wrong in the Battle of the Gods redone section because that fucking fight was 8 episodes long. The Frieza fight's 3 episodes. So the Frieza section's really quick, and then immediately get into the first multi-universe tournament,
Huh.
Another
which is
dark-
Well, that's
pretty good.
exciting.
Dude. They just had episode 100 something, and they're already in their second tournament.
That's great.
Right? Yeah.
That
I'm
sounds
excited.
amazing.
The point is, if Funimation fucks up, we won't get these fast dubs anymore. We'll be waiting 3 to 4 years before we see it on TV again.
Mm-hmm.
That's
But
that shit back in the old days.
the dark times when
The
Dragon Ball
dark
GT
times.
got to the US 6 years after it actually came out in Japan.
And it was shit.
I know, but the hype surrounding another Dragon Ball was.
Yeah. It was
I mean,
pretty real.
Super's supposed to be pretty good.
I like Super. It's a little more how do I put it? Cartoony, comedic, but the fights are all pretty good. Especially the most recent arc has really pulled it together, and they actually know what they're doing now. They stepped up the animation. The fights have a little more gravity to them.
Mm-hmm.
They're not just fighting just for the sake of it. There's shit on the line now. which there hasn't really
It's not
been.
just a tournament arc anymore, guys.
No, it's like the universe is on the line or something.
Of course it is.
Of course,
But,
of
yeah.
course it is.
Isn't that how every tournament is? It's like, the loser gets their universe exploded.
No. It's only been like it was that during the Cell games, and that was about it. That was the last time this happened.
That was some Cell game shit, man.
Yeah, right. We had all this shit since then. But I'm gonna move on. So, in case you guys don't know, all of my news that I get for the Weeb shit either comes from YouTube or from Anime News Network, which is like the biggest legitimate anime news site for English readers. And yesterday it got hacked. It is completely down. I think they re-uploaded the site to animenewsnetwork.cc, but point is they've lost a couple of their official Twitter handles. They've lost the website. Someone higher up got hacked and all the passwords got leaked. So I was almost not able to get some anime news this week, but they're up and running again. I do want to stress to anyone who wants to like get into anime news, this is like the only website to check for legitimate news. I know fake news got popular this last year with the election, but fake news has been rampant in the anime community for the last 5 or 6 years.
That just sounds hysterical.
In 2014, every fucking week, someone I knew sent me an article saying, "Oh my God, look, Attack on Titan 2 is starting next month, and it's going to be 50 episodes." And I checked the website, and I'm like, "This is from like youngchristianlife.com. It's not a legitimate news source."
Yo, jeez.
And I'm like, so
Jesus
every
played
week,
you, fam.
my friend would message me like, "Is this real?" I'm like, "Is it on Anime News Network?" No, then it's not, because that's how you know it's real anime news. So don't give into the fake news. Don't believe the shit about Attack on Titan season 3, even though it was actually announced this time.
Friedman, is a group claiming this?
No one has stepped forward yet. A lot of people think it's just part of so if they get an Anime News Network, some people are thinking they're just trying to collect people's passwords and see if they match other accounts.
So it's just a random target thing?
It might not be for fame. It might have just been they target a website that might have a large user base that they can just try and password scrub for.
Right.
But so far, it's looking like there's no signs of their backend getting taken over. It's just that someone got access to their website certificate and just kind of shut down access to the website.
That's interesting.
As well as it was probably one of the higher ups who has all the Twitter access. So they got the Twitter, they got just like the website license, but they're saying there's like they haven't lost any data. They've re-uploaded the entire website to an alternate URL in the meantime, so they still have everything.
Well, that's good.
Did it get leaked? Is what they're at right now, and they haven't said anything yet. But doesn't look like anything too serious. They just may have trouble getting their domain back, which would be really shitty. Anyway, on to my weekly shitting on Netflix for how they handle that. But a couple weeks ago, Netflix announced a bunch of anime that they had acquired, and a bunch they were also co-funding, which is pretty interesting. But everyone had been looking at Netflix kind of in a negative light lately, because they already said we're not going to like release our episodes on a week-to-week basis like we do in other countries or like every other streaming service does. They would wait until it's finished airing before showing it off. But the problem was with this particular season, they picked up 4, 5 shows, a good number, and their marketing group came back and said if we release too much anime at the same time, no one will want to binge watch all of it. So in an artificial problem,
not entirely wrong.
In an artificial problem that they created, they came up with this fucking solution that they were just going to delay the shows for longer so they could stagger their binge watch targeting releases. So this one show, I don't even know if this is pronounced right, Kakegurui, Compulsive Gambler. It is a 12-episode show.
Yo, that sounds like a great show.
It started airing 4 weeks ago, and it's airing for 8 more weeks. It's a 12-episode show. It'll finish airing in September. It is not getting released until spring of next year.
Jesus.
The whole show?
Months. The whole show is not going to release till 6 months after the last episode comes out in Japan.
Wow.
And this is fucking ridiculous. Anyone who wants to actually watch the show is going to pirate it because of how easy it is. This is pissing me off. There's no way they can justify this anymore.
Wait, this is the one where with that gambling school, right?
I literally know nothing about this show because I can't legally watch it in the United States for another 9 months.
Well, no, like I go on like like me and my one friend, we go on Anime List, and we see like all the trailers.
Yeah, by day it's a normal school, but at night it turns into a gambling den, educating them in the art of dealing with money and manipulating people.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
I saw the trailer for that, dude.
But I can't legally watch it for 9 months because Netflix thinks that marketing says I don't want to watch it for 9 more months.
Yeah.
And it's fucking bullshit, and I'm mad. And everyone else should be mad too.
I am mad. Well, I don't care. I was thinking about watching it, and I'm like, I think the practice is lame. I think the practice is not good.
It's really shitty, and the problem is they don't want to make any of their marketing research public because this is how they have their death grip on the industry. No one actually knows how it works unless Netflix says, yeah, it totally works this way. So the second they release these hidden numbers, it's now known information about how viewers behave.
Mm-hmm.
And Netflix, they don't want to do it. They have the high ground. They have these numbers that no one else has. And I don't blame them for not wanting to release them. But I think they need to address this criticism because if you follow anyone on YouTube who does like anime news or anime reactions, they have a video about how upset they are with the way Netflix and Amazon are handling shit. It's almost a meme at how everyone has a video about this. Because of
and you started it.
And I fucking started it like 3 months ago, bitching about how I couldn't watch the fucking sequel to some really shitty show from 2 years ago. I don't remember what it's called, how bad it is. But I couldn't watch it. Anyway, moving on to my last story. Persona 5 had an anime announced, and no one was surprised because Atlas loves to milk their franchises. But
especially when they're this famous, dude.
Dude, right? Like Persona, they came out with an anime for Persona 4 4 years after a PS2 game came out. And let me remind you, it came out in 2008, 3 years after the PS3 had already been out. And they're like, well, yeah, let's make an anime, let's make a dancing game. It's like two
dancing all night. Isn't there also, dude? There's also a dancing game.
Part 2 of the announcement. That not only did they announce a Persona 5 dancing anime, they brought back Persona 3 for its own dancing anime. And for anyone who doesn't know, not all the main characters of Persona 3 survived the ending. They brought back a bunch of dead characters. Fucking dancing game.
Jesus.
Yo, so one of the podcasts I was listening to today talked about this a little bit, about how this is a great way to motivate people because you have to finish Persona 5 by the time the anime comes out so that you don't have spoilers from watching the show.
Dude, like I was playing Persona 4 pretty late. Like I was playing it in 2012, and right when I got the halfway point, they announced the anime in 6 months. I'm like, fuck, I have 6 months to beat Persona 4. I beat it the week the anime came out, just so I could watch an anime of a game I literally just played, and the whole thing was amazing. Which is why I gotta beat Persona 5. I just beat the air quotes final boss, but if anyone's played Persona, you know the final boss is never the final boss. There's always someone else behind it. So I've got to do that final boss before I can really beat the game, but I'm so close I can taste it. The last thing, this is just a quickie for the Weeb shit, was that we showed you guys the first opening clip from Food Wars a couple weekends ago.
You did.
Yeah.
But the third season of that is coming out in like 2 months from now, and the next arc it's heavily focused on one of the female characters, and her voice actress recently took a break from voice acting. She had some kind of illness she didn't want to disclose to the public, but she came back very briefly for one show, announced she would be doing Food Wars 3, and then this week announced, sorry, I can't actually do Food Wars 3. It's acting up again. I need to go out of voice acting. So I go into the Reddit comments, and the top comment is top 10 anime betrayals.
Damn.
Oh God, that's fucking brutal.
And that's the Weeb shit.
Oh my
Damn.
God, dude, that's so savage.
I
Jesus.
was upset. She's a really good voice actress, and I was disappointed she's not coming back. They did have a replacement in one of the OVAs where she sounded similar enough, but like this is her arc to shine, and she's not gonna be there to voice the.
Yeah, that really sucks. And you know that actress wishes she could do it.
Yeah, right. This was one of her bigger roles.
Like especially if you announce I'm doing this one show and I will do Food Wars season 3.
But like it wasn't. I don't know if it wasn't a full length show. It was one of those shows where like it's only like 5 minutes per episode.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like a full schedule. Like doing week to week recordings for an important character on a weekly show is kind of demanding, especially for someone who's recovering from what everyone thinks is probably some kind of like nodes on the vocal cords kind of issue.
Mm-hmm.
So no one really knows. She's keeping it very mysterious.
And with that, we're at an hour, boys, and we haven't even gotten to the main topic yet.
Oh God.
So we are going to take a break, grab some water, go to the bathroom, and figure out how the hell we're going to handle the main topic, which is going to be Generation 6's multi-platform game of the generation. This is going to be a tough one. We're going to have to figure out what we're doing. So
Yeah, we don't have a Wikipedia article to just read off of this time.
No, I was thinking we'll talk about it. But
All right.
We'll see y'all in a second. But for us, it'll be forever. And we're back, and we figured out our system. What we're gonna do is on Wikipedia, like we said, we've been using for all these specific consoles. we're gonna run through the PlayStation list because basically everything came out on the PlayStation if it was multi-platform. Almost nothing was like Xbox and GameCube, so we'll just check those lists at the end. But we're basically gonna run through the PlayStation 2 list and then just go off of only multi-platform games and ignore the exclusives this time. The one thing I noticed is that according to Wikipedia, the GameCube and the GBA are also Gen 6, but we're not going to count those because the GBA is
pretty much exclusive.
Well, yeah, and it's mobile, so it's a very different critique
Wait,
system.
the GameCube, or you meant the Dreamcast?
Dreamcast. I'm sorry, I misspoke. Yeah. And the Dreamcast, which I barely ever played, and
all right, I'll tell all the listeners now. Anyone who's
like
played
it
the
is.
this
Dreamcast,
again.
yeah, yo, it's so true. Any game, right, that was good on the Dreamcast was just better on the GameCube, hands down. Phantasy Star Online, better. What's
Sonic Adventure 1 and 2?
Better.
Better.
I think it was just Sonic 2 though, wasn't it?
No, Sonic Adventure 1 also came out. It sucked just as much,
Okay.
but it came out on GameCube.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Shit was better.
Yeah.
Code Veronica, better. That was the Resident Evil game that came out.
I don't know if Crazy Taxi came out and everything, but we got Simpsons Hit and Run, which was just as good.
All right, we got a lot of shit to get through, so let's start chugging along.
A lot of these are terrible.
The only 007 game listed at the beginning is Quantum of Solace, and who gives a fuck about
No
Quantum
one
of Solace?
gives a god. We just talked about that. The movie.
Wait, what was 25 to Life? I forget it.
It was a gang game. It wasn't
Yeah,
good.
all right. I remember hearing about it. Nah, forget it.
50 Cent Bulletproof.
Oh my god. All
Yo.
the 50 Cent games.
I don't understand. Well, there's only been 2, all right? There's been
What was it? Was that and
That
his Blood in
one?
the Sand?
Blood on the Sand. Dude, Blood on the
Dude.
Sand was so good. I don't give a shit. Yo, and it had the banging, what was it? It had the Massacre on it. The
Oh my
Massacre,
God.
50 Cent's Massacre album.
Oh yeah.
So good. I got no pickup. Lions. All right, we're going to keep going, though.
Ton of Japanese games on here.
I'm not noticing anything I recognize.
The hoes all the time. Bitch, get in my
Age of
car.
Empires 2 was on here.
What? Really? Did I miss it?
Yeah, for PS2.
Age
Holy
of
shit,
Empires.
where is
Well,
that?
see, you missed it.
Age. Oh yeah, holy shit.
Windows, Mac, and
Yeah, dude.
PS2. They didn't even
Stop.
do it. for
That's
Xbox.
weird. Well,
Damn, son.
Microsoft only owned it way later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they only owned it for that remake, which
Alright,
also
what else
wasn't
we
very
got
good,
here?
unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm not looking.
Alien games. I don't know.
Actually, what's under Alien? Maybe I can. AVP Extinction. I don't know that one.
Nope.
I know an AVP game, but that's really fun. But oh, this is.
Oh wait, America's Army came out on PS2.
Wait, AVP Extinction's a strategy game? What the fuck?
No.
Whatever. It's not the one
Yo,
I'm thinking of. Who
America's-
cares?
America's Army. Wow, I remember that was supposed to be like.
I played one of those on the
Shit.
360.
A lot of people gave up on Counter-Strike. They're like, fuck that. I'm playing America's Army.
That game was
they went back
realistic
to
as
CS.
fuck. That was like
That
the
was
first
cool.
realistic shooter I played.
Kind of was.
Man, I know none of this shit.
There's like nothing on here.
Arcade Classics Volume 1. Not gonna joke. Not gonna joke. Not kidding. I played a bunch of arcade collections on N64 and the original Xbox. That's where I got exposed to a lot of things like Sinistar, like I am Sinistar, or
Oh wait, where are you guys at?
Defender, or
Sorry.
I'm at Aquaman Battle
oh,
for
who the
Atlantis.
fuck cares? Let's just at your own pace. It's
Okay.
what you
Beyond
recognize.
Good and Evil. Did you guys play that game?
Nope. I know
No,
it's one of
I
those
did.
games that the internet doesn't shut the fuck up about, which
Yeah,
is why they're
that's why I
fine.
was asking about it.
Oh my
Dude, all
god.
the
never
Army
played
Men
it, though.
games. Those were fun.
That dude, is that sequel ever gonna come out? Holy shit! It's one of those. It's like trying to beat Duke Nukem Forever is the longest gestating fucking game ever.
Yeah, right.
I know Armored Core is famous
Oh
because
my
From
God.
Software makes it, but I don't know anything about it.
Yo, I got Burnout franchise.
Paradise is the only one I played. We talked about it that one
Alright.
time.
Oh, we did. Yo, Burnout 3 Takedown and Burnout 2 Point of Impact are amazing, and it's funny because they took like Paradise. You know how like I guess like they added the whole like you can fuck up everybody else's car and shit like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was never a mode in the beginning of the Burnout franchise, but I guess some like within like the testing, it was a very fun thing for like people to do. like to just mess other people up. So they just added as a mechanic.
Hell yeah.
Burn out 3 takedown, and they also focused more of their gameplay around it, and it made the game so much better. I played that game. I played both 2 and 3, like a lot. It was just a great game.
On a totally unrelated
note, Burnout Paradise, but that wasn't until the next generation.
I played That's the only one I played. Backyard Baseball, hell yeah. I played that on PC.
God. Hell yeah, that was the shit back in the day.
That game was fun as fuck. Little boy Pablo, who had the tiniest hitbox ever, and dude, he was busted. That was a broken character. He only couldn't run fast, but he always hit home runs. So it's like, who gives a fuck how fast you are?
When they started adding like kids versions of MLB players into the game, and they were always better than anyone else.
What is Battle Assault 3 featuring Gundam Seed? Oh, it's it's Gundam Battle Assault. I don't fuck. Wow, that's weird. I was gonna say Batman Rise of Sin Tzu. That's one of the only games I recognize. I played that on the Xbox with my brother. It's a shitty beat 'em up game. Not worthy of being on the list of best at all. Battlestar Galactica. I played that game. That game was hard as fuck. I never beat it. I'm not even kidding. I played that. It wasn't even that good, but I played it. Freeman, the amount of games on this list that I fucking played is so tiny. It's ridiculous.
I just realized what my favorite multi-platform game is.
Oh boy. Wait, what? That's not the... Oh, I guess we're going for
best. That's why it's
so
a B-movie game.
No, he get there. Oh god, stop. No, Castlevania Curse of Darkness is something I've wanted to play and never got around to it.
Tyler, you can say what your favorite is, because that's not the best.
It's not a secret. We just
it's not. Well, no, because the answer at the end is the best.
No, you know what? I'll say it when I get to it. I'll say it when I get to it. It's soon.
Where is... Oh, Brothers in Arms. I'm pretty sure I played one of the games, either Road to Hill 30 or Burn Blood. Maybe I didn't. That name is familiar, but
I forgot how much trash is on these lists.
Dude, there's a lot of look at how many Cabela's games there's. There's still Cabela's
so
games.
Many.
Oh my god, there's like 30 club football games.
Call of Duty, never played that game on these consoles. Didn't play till
3?
4. Yeah, I didn't play till 4.
I played a little bit of Call of Duty 3. It wasn't that good.
Oh my god.
Oh, wait,
Catwoman.
Why are we not talking about Big Red 1 though?
What the fuck is Big Red 1?
Call of Duty Big Red 1?
Oh.
Please?
I thought there was a game called Big Red 1.
Big Red 1.
Please, Call of Duty 2? Like, when Call of Duty 2 came out for, like, the Xbox 360, they were like, oh, we can't, like, neglect our PS2 fan base still.
Oh my god.
Like, Big Red 1 was still good, though. It was still salad.
So are you saying it's 10 out of 10 best game of multiplatform?
I never said that.
It was playable.
It was playable. It was good.
Unlike most of these games.
Unlike most of these games.
So many. See,
games.
You know what? So much this is the shitty movie time. Jeez.
Oh my god.
You know what's crazy? Okay, hold on.
Terrible.
Hold on. This is very important. I did not realize how old those Chronicles of Narnia movies are.
Yeah,
they came out the line Witch in the Wardrobe in 2005, and that was accompanying the movie.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Dude,
those movies are 10 years old. Are you serious? I remember when they were new.
No.
Jesus, there's a lot of club football games.
Because, like, with the rest of the books, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, they did. They did Caspian and Voyage of the Dawn Treader, which was shitty.
Yeah,
and they basically said Voyage of the Dawn Treader was literally them writing the rest of the old characters out of the story so that they could continue with new characters, and that didn't do well enough, so they just died. So it just died.
Planet came out on PS2.
Code Lyoko.
Oh, really?
That is a name I have not heard in fucking forever. I don't even know what Code Lyoko is, but I recognize the name. Codename Kids Next Door.
I watched the shit out of that cartoon because it was the closest thing we got to French anime.
What?
Code Lyoko?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Codename Kids Next Door.
Yeah, Codename Kids Next Door was French anime.
Dude, I don't know.
French anime?
It was like whenever they replaced Toonami with in the afternoons, they were like, yeah, Code Lyoko's our headlining show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's probably why I know the name.
I'll be honest, I wasn't the biggest fan.
Of what?
Of Kids Next Door.
Oh, Kids Next Door was great because I loved number 2. He was a big boy, but he was the engineer of the group, and I was like, yeah. Or not. I was like,
if you ever watch JoJo Dub, number 2 voices the second JoJo.
Really?
Yes.
Holy shit. Combat.
Maybe it's number 1. One of them,
Holy shit! I played this game, Combat Elite World War II Paratroopers. It was a top-down shooter that my brother bought, and I played it, and it was pretty crappy because you had no view. Why would you play a shooter as a top? It wasn't like a first person or anything, but it was just a top-down game where you're a shooter.
Was it like a twin stick
Games have the
shooter?
same
Or...
artwork.
Yes, because it was on the
see,
Xbox.
That's acceptable then. If
But it was
twin
still
stick, it's
shitty.
fine.
Doesn't mean it was
Damn.
good.
All right, you know you got me there. You got me there. Yo, I don't.
Crazy
let's
Taxi
skip over-
multi-platform listed on PS2. Freeman, there you go.
Yep.
Whoa,
See,
hold-
boom.
You completely skipped over Crash Nitro Kart.
Stop.
Crash
I was
Taxi
gonna
Racing.
say I didn't want to talk about those.
Oh, they're Tyler's
Crazy
favorites.
Frog? Wait, what? What did you find?
You don't want to talk
No,
about
I thought you were
Crash?
saying
That
Crash
was-
is your favorite.
No, Crash is not my favorite. I don't want
Oh.
to talk about
that's
it.
why
Why
you
is
want it.
Crash listed as multi-platform?
Because it was. It was also on all that shit when they transferred to this new generation.
GameCube.
Oh, that's
Crash-
bullshit. That doesn't
It got
count.
released on Game Boy Advance, apparently.
Yeah,
Did it really?
Crash Nitro Kart.
Oh,
Crash
who the fuck
and
cares?
Spyro. Crash and Spyro went multi-platform.
That doesn't even.
Yeah,
And
that was,
that's
that
when
was-
it went to shit.
That was when they died.
It's when they died.
Yo, considering what games have links on Wikipedia, how does something like Krusty Demons or Crystal Zone not have a link on Wikipedia?
I know. That's how you know a game's particularly bad.
Cyclone Circus. I want to play that game.
Dark Watch. Oh, Dark Watch
Or-
was like.
Dakar 2.
Have you guys played Dark Watch?
Nah,
I have
that's
no
like
idea what that
Overwatch.
is.
It was like Capcom.
Dude, he fucking was like Reaper on the cover.
He is though, man. Yo, it was like Capcom swing at like
Favorite,
Western,
that was good.
like, yo, let's do like a first-person shooter shit. Oh, I forgot High Moon. worked
Defender.
on that.
Okay, finally. I was talking about those arcade games. The modern
Yeah.
version of Defender, I did a Let's Play of this game. It's not amazing, but it's actually a pretty fun little flight sim game. You even like pick up cars and fly them around. It's
That's
honestly
cool.
pretty fun. It's really fucking hard
Oh.
though.
Shit, dude. Yo, did you guys play Destroy All Humans?
I've heard the name and I played a
Oh,
demo, but I
man.
never played it.
Sounds so
I
familiar.
love this game. It's just like it's so cool. It takes all like the alien tropes from like all the movies, right? Like, you know, pretending to be other people,
Yeah.
getting their brains and shit like that.
What was the actual gameplay though?
The gameplay is you walked around. It was a third-person game. It was one of those like free roaming games.
Oh, this looks cool.
Yeah, it was super awesome.
Holy shit, DJ Hero is so old that it came out on these consoles?
Hell yeah, they had already outlived their consoles, but they're like, these games were so simple to port backwards that they did.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So
Yeah, well-
yeah, because I thought they were coming out when the 360 and PS3 were big.
Yeah, they did, but that was back when there was like, oh, we could just easily release these old shitty consoles and parents will buy it at the holiday season.
Devil May Cry.
It's
I
Devil
gotta
May
find-
Cry,
really not
I don't know
multi-console.
anything about it beyond the new Devil May
No,
Cry that
it-
everyone
Well,
says is
that's
shit.
BS. Oh, no.
No,
So
it is
that-
BS. No, it is because it was
'Cause the-
exclusives.
The HD remaster is what went multi-console, but the
Yeah.
original was on PS2.
So we're not gonna talk about.
Did we
it.
talk about it when we were doing PlayStation?
I
No,
think-
because we thought it was
no.
multi-console.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So like Devil May Cry, I'm not gonna really talk about it. It wasn't like I don't think it was that influential. It was cool.
I think it
was influential.
because it really defined a lot of like the newer
Some
kind of like beat 'em
hack
up
and
action
slash
games,
games.
like
Yeah, a lot of
kinda
those
like,
games
like
came off that.
Bayonetta or Metal Gear Rising.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
like,
There's
the
a game I
niche
want to talk
market.
about.
But like I played Devil May Cry 1 and I wasn't digging it that much. I mean, it's just been that it felt a little dated. I might.
Yeah, I
try
was going to
the
say, maybe it's one of
HD
those things that's a
remaster.
lot better with the remaster or
Nah.
playing it back when.
Did you
yeah,
play the
it's.
remaster?
I didn't play the remaster, but I played Dante's Awakening. I played 3.
Oh, okay.
3 was
Ugh.
good. I thought 3 was good, and I played 4, and the gameplay was really good, but the game was shit. If that makes any sense.
Fuck, Aragon.
Like you basically played the whole game twice.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Just quick shout out to literally all of the Digimon games. Digimon may suck compared to Pokemon, but if they've got one thing, it's the Digimon games are all a lot of fun.
Just calling out the Aragon video game because the
Oh,
Aragon
Lord.
movie is a total piece of shit, and that was
Damn.
considering how much I loved that series as a kid. That movie was a crushing disappointment. Who the fuck ever thought
Oh,
that
wow,
ending
that
was a
got
good idea? I
depressing.
don't know. Tyler,
Yeah, I
didn't you
clicked
read
on-
Aragon?
What?
Did you read Aragon?
No, I have not.
Fuck.
Leslie read the shit out of Aragon.
Yeah, we've
honestly.
complained about it before. Fuck.
Yeah.
Real
Nah,
quick,
sorry.
I picked
What?
the most Japanese title to click on, Dodonpachi Daiojo. I'm like, this is gonna be some cutesy game. I get on, it's a bunch of android girls dying on the cover of this game.
Hell, wait, what is this game? Hold on.
It's called Dodonpachi Blissful Death in English. Jesus.
Dodon. Oh, there it is. Jeez.
What the fuck did I click?
There's like a plane overhead and
no
tentacle.
bullets mode. What the hell is this?
Wait, what's the
That's
name of the
weird.
game?
Dodonpachi. It's
Dio,
under
dude.
Dio, exactly where you think it is. Under
Okay.
Dog's Life.
Play
'Cause
under Dog's Life.
the green icon of Dog's Life, because that had to be exclusive, you know.
God, that game looks awful.
um,
Yeah, we're getting to
God,
it.
so many
though.
games and so many of them are fucking terrible.
Budokai
There
1
was a
and 2
Fallout
weren't
game
multi-console.
though, Brotherhood of Steel.
I'm
Never
sure Ed
heard of
played
it.
it.
Yo, I know we're looking at the best, but the worst multi-console game is by far a Dragon Ball Z Saga.
Oh shit!
game
Ed played
sucks.
Brotherhood of Steel like crazy. I watched him play this. It's not very good because it's super not true to what Fallout is. But I remember Ed playing. It was another shitty top-down. God damn, there were so many of those.
Have you guys played Fatal Frame?
I've
It's been on
seen
my
video.
list,
I've
Like
never
the horror
played.
camera game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been
Everyone
on
tells
my
me
list.
it's good, but
Never got around to it. Oh well.
Millions of FIFA games. Oh, FIFA 2009. That was the good one.
I didn't even know they made Erica 7 games.
There's Final
Must have
Fantasy
been
11 and 12. You guys can talk about those now.
All right,
12 wasn't exclusive. No, we talked about 12.
11
Oh, was it?
was groundbreaking.
11 was groundbreaking. Yo,
Oh
tried to
my
go
God,
head-to-head
hold
with
on.
World of Warcraft.
Did you guys
Yeah.
watch? I don't know if you guys remember. I mentioned a thing called No Clip. It was like this. What was it called? It's this channel where this guy does documentaries on games. I'll send you guys the link after. He did a literally unreal how good it is documentary series on Final Fantasy 14 and its trials and tribulations. Dude, holy shit. You're going to want to watch every single thing this guy
Dude,
puts
the,
out and
the story of
subscribe to it.
14 is an amazing story.
I know, and no, Freeman, I knew a lot of the story. He interviews everyone who
tells
worked
it.
on the game. No, it's interviews mostly.
Oh, damn.
Yoshida is doing interviews for the whole series.
Damn.
It's really, really incredible. I'm going to show it to you guys after this. Flat out, isn't that just another shitty racing
How many
game?
Free-
Ford racing games are there?
Yo, I played Ford Racing 3. Pretty solid game. Not
Wow.
as good as Gran Turismo 3.
Why would I ever want to race in only Ford cars in a video game?
Because, all right, for some reason, right, my dad wanted, so he was like in this phase where he wanted to like try to play video games with me to like, I don't know, get to
Like
know
a
me
bonding
better.
thing.
Yeah, and so like he got Ford Racing 3, and lo and behold, never played it. But I was like, you know what? Since it's here, I'll give it a shot. And I was like, oh, this is cool, but it ain't Gran Turismo 3 though.
Hell yeah.
So can I just...
Gran Turismo 3.
So I just came across a game that has the most D&D sounding title ever. Galador Defenders of the Outer Dimension. Apparently it's based on some
Nice.
early 2000s TV show that was a Canadian thing.
Yeah, it was a
Gar-
Futurama game.
3 Garfield games.
Yo, also, was it?
Were they
I wanna
like
give
for the
shout
movies?
out. Oh, what, Garfield?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3
I
Garfield
don't
games.
know. I want to give a shout out to Freedom Fighters though.
Oh shit,
That, like,
I
smooth-ass
passed it.
gameplays.
Oh, dude, all the
Dude.
Gauntlet games.
So Freedom Fighters was okay. Ed gave me a copy. Honestly, I didn't super love it.
Yeah, I don't think it was like the best, but I liked the gameplay though. I thought
It-
the gameplay was very like.
It was
tight.
also the first of those games to be like America's invaded by another power.
Yeah.
Because a lot like Homefront and all that shit probably got a lot
Oh,
from it.
yeah.
Where was it? Freeman, isn't Garou Mark of the Wolves an anime? Or, I feel like
I'm
I've heard
not
this name
sure.
before. Oh, it's Fatal Fury? I don't fucking know, whatever. I thought it was a name that you'd recognize and not. Gauntlet.
Here.
I think I've played a Gauntlet game on the 360.
Yeah, I have no idea what this Mark of the Wolves thing
Man,
is.
Gauntlet, fucking great.
Dude,
Holy
Gauntlet's a
shit,
fun series.
Ghostbusters, the video game, came out on the original Xbox? I thought that was a 360 game. Oh, okay. It's one of those ones that got
Yeah.
backported.
See.
Yeah.
See? So I haven't- All right. So
Oh,
we're
no,
at
it was only
at it,
on the
boys.
PS2. It wasn't even on the original Xbox.
We're at it.
Weird.
Oh, no.
We're at my favorite game.
This, like,
Oh.
barely
Multiplatform.
counts.
Oh, God of War. You're such a
No,
fuck. No, we already
no,
talked
what?
about it.
No,
Oh,
keep scrolling down.
Freeman, you threw me off. Oh,
Keep-
wait.
Keep scrolling
Oh.
down.
Shit. Wait, Tyler, is it after G or is it later G?
No, it's in G.
Tyler, is it
Hold
after
on.
GO?
Yes.
Okay, then before we talk about Grand Theft Auto, we have to talk
Yes.
about Godzilla. Because legitimately, I played a ton of multiplayer of Godzilla Save the Earth and fuck, what's the other one? Destroy All Monsters Melee. Those 2 games I played like crazy on the original Xbox, and they are multi-platform.
How is
I
it?
bet you love those games.
They're really fun.
Well, you're about the giant like.
No,
everything.
yeah, but it's basically an
monsters and
arena
shit.
fighter where you're playing as Godzilla monsters. It's
Oh my
super
God.
fun. They all have
Destroy all
special
humans?
moves.
I
Yeah.
love the plot synopsis. In the climax cutscene, Godzilla confronts Space Godzilla in a final duel.
Dude, that's always how it fucking goes
That's
down.
always how Godzilla movies are, though.
No, but those
I
those
fucking love it.
those games are really, they're not amazing, but they are super fun. You just run around as all these guys. I would piss my dad and my brother off and my whole family off so much by just running around and shooting Godzilla beams at everybody. And you could rip buildings out of the ground and throw buildings, and whoever was doing really well, the army would come attack them. Oh my god. Sometimes UFOs would drop power-ups for super moves. Oh my god, these super moves were so sick.
Yeah,
Oh.
I didn't play a lot of it, but I saw a lot of gameplay for it, and I always enjoyed like watching other people play that game. Actually,
That game was a lot of fun in multiplayer. Also, side note, Tyler, again, I'm going to interrupt you before you get to GTA.
son of a bitch.
I never played it, but GoldenEye Rogue Agent has like the coolest fucking picture because it actually has a guy with a golden eye.
It does
But
look pretty sweet.
I think
Oh,
the game
yeah.
is pretty shitty.
Nah, the game is shitty. I didn't like it.
But-
At least I
Where'd
didn't
it
like
get?
it.
I always saw that
Roughly
cover art and I was
6
like,
out of 10
fuck, I wish I
stars.
could play this game. But
I
no, it's terrible.
remember when I saw gameplay and I was like, oh shit, like I can't wait for this to come out. It's got that badass cover play. I was like, wow, this is not good.
All right, Tyler, time to spend the entire time.
Grand Theft Auto, everything. Yeah, dude, it's oh god. I don't think I ever played a game as much as I did with the Grand Theft Auto franchise, honestly.
Oh, I thought you were going to say San Andreas.
San Andreas, like just everything, but mostly San Andreas.
Yeah.
I played San Andreas so much, and like it was one of those games where like I could bond with everybody about it. Like everybody was playing that game.
Hmm.
Like Vice City and San Andreas. San Andreas. Oh man, it had everything. It had literally everything. It had action. It had good writing. It had like memorable characters, and on top of that, it also had like this weird like RPG system that I had never imagined like could be in a game like that.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't it
It
like
was-
Level Up?
Not level ups, but like you had different stats, right? With like you had like stamina, strength. You had like your like even like a charisma bonus, right? Like constitution, and all your weapons proficiencies had level ups, right?
Hmm.
So like the more you got proficient in a weapon, the more accurate and like more deadly that you'd become with the weapon. And if you maxed
Interesting.
it out, then you could dual wield weapons.
Cool.
Yeah, I was like, this is the shit I need.
Damn, I missed out on San Andreas. Vice City was the one that I played. Like, the
Yeah,
shit out of.
I wasn't allowed to have GTA, but at Ed's house, I played Vice City a whole bunch and watched him play a lot.
Yeah, it had a killer soundtrack. Like in all the games,
Yeah.
like Rockstar got their hands on stellar soundtracks, like really good artists,
Oh my God,
especially for
those
Vice
videos.
City. Vice City's soundtrack was just,
It was popping.
oh god, it was banging. It was so banging.
Tyler, can I piss you off?
Sure, why not?
I fucking am so sad. I never could get into a single Rockstar game because they all felt like they controlled like absolute garbage.
That's fair. The shooting wasn't that great.
Like everyone's
driving
like
wasn't
Red
that
Dead
great.
is the greatest thing ever. GTA 4 was so
Oh,
good
yeah.
until 5 came out and blew it out of the water. San Andreas is so good. Vice City's so good. Man, you try to control that game and it feels terrible.
Yeah, it's
Like, what the
hard.
fuck? Get
it's
out.
hard. I don't blame you, but man, like there are just some. For me, it was definitely the experience. Like, yeah, the gameplay, like it gets frustrating, especially when, like in a third-person shooter, like you expect your character to keep shooting things as like you're backpedaling.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, like if the character model turns like an odd way, he'll like shoot the guns like up in the air
Oh my
because that's like
God.
a thing you can do. Like instead of like shooting at someone, you can like shoot up in the air to like scare them away. Right? Actually, that's a mechanic in True Crime New York City where you can play a cop and like you can shoot up in the air. I could talk about that later. But yeah, like that's a thing. But like you're trying to run away and like shoot at the same time, but you can't, and then you just get shot a bunch because you're shooting up in the air. It's bullshit like that, right? Or like the stupid cornering for cars, right? Like cars in Grand Theft Auto have never been good until 5. I'll say it right now.
Yeah, like in every
Driving has
GTA
never
game,
been
it's like
good.
you run and your character is controlling like a motorcycle where you just lean into everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like your
or,
character
you'll-
never feels snappy and responsive in
No,
GTA
it always
until
feels clunky.
until 5. You always felt like, oh, I gotta ease my guy into this turn so that he doesn't crash into the side of the building or just stop and turn suddenly and then go.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think everybody can agree with you. But man, it's when you got 6 stars and somehow you survive 5 minutes on a pedal bicycle. That just
That's
makes
when you really feel alive.
that's when you really feel alive and you
See,
got
I was gonna say when you get bored and you just spawn a tank and you just start driving around fucking blowing everything up.
you do that too. Yeah, we can move on from this though. That's all I really wanted to say.
Nah, I wouldn't be
Just-
surprised if GTA's in the contention
Probably.
for this. But what is it multi-platform on?
Wasn't it
Xbox.
on Xbox?
Just Xbox
It was, okay.
and
Okay.
and PC.
That's fine. I genuinely didn't
Yeah.
remember that they were, because Ed had them on PC, and they were always the PlayStation brand thing.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was originally. Yo, Xbox had a really cool feature, right? Because if you remember, Tim, that you could burn your CDs onto the hard drive.
You could?
Yeah, you never knew that.
No, hell no. Oh, the music.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the games for
really?
a second. Yeah, you
oh
could.
no, sorry. Yeah, the music. Like
Yeah, you
can
could
burn,
save
like,
games to the
albums.
music to the hard drive. I never did it
Yeah.
because I never had a game that could do anything with.
Oh yeah, dude. But like, cause like you could always listen to it, right? Like you can set up your Xbox, but like the cool feature that they had in Grand Theft Auto, both
No.
yeah, they had a radio station
Oh.
dedicated to your music.
The
That's
thing
cool.
everyone wants from every GTA game ever.
Yeah, and they had it.
Like, all I want to do is
feature
turn on
was there.
my music. I don't give a fuck what fake music you have.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Man, you know what? GTA 5 missed opportunities. Get a
Mhm.
partnership with Spotify,
Oh,
Mhm.
hell yeah.
bro. And then it like you go to your Spotify, right? And then it like goes through like a random playlist.
No, you don't even have
got
to
the
have a
Discover
partnership.
Weekly
You
channel.
just tell Pandora, Spotify, and everybody who wants to pay us money to be in GTA 5. They'd all do it.
They would, and this is why I need to go work for Rockstar. Rockstar, if you're listening to this, hire me. I got good ideas. Give a job, please.
Yeah, we know that most of their development staff listen to our podcast.
Clearly.
Hey, I
Yeah,
have
out
lots
of 99 out of those 100
Couple
views we
weeks
get
ago.
on the video at best is
Just them waiting for
Rockstar
us to talk
guys.
about their games in the multi-console version.
Yeah, right. They've been waiting for this. They're like, yo, we know San Andreas is gonna sweep. We know.
holy shit, there was a Great Escape video game? That seems like garbage.
Great Escape, Ape Escape.
Yo, did you guys ever see the movie Great Escape?
No,
It's a
I haven't.
really solid movie.
Sounds like an old movie. Am
It
I wrong?
it has Steve McQueen in it. That's how old it is.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
one of those movies that had a ton of famous actors at the time. It's basically the toughest escape threats for the Allies are sent to this specially designed camp during World War II, and it's about how they escape. And I believe it's actually a true story. And it's really an incredible movie. The tension as they try to figure out their escape. Like within seconds of getting to the camp, there's already there's like, it's so funny. In one of the early scenes, like they're brought into the camp, and within 2 minutes they are carting out like bushes and stuff that they ripped out of the camp so they don't have cover. And before the trucks leave, the camp commandant takes a stake and starts stabbing it into the bushes. And then a few seconds later, they're like, wait. And like 5 guys jump out of these trucks. They already tried to escape the camp.
Damn.
It's really solid. It's one of those really good old movies that I'm glad my dad showed me. Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, a show I never got into, but I know lots of people like.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
yo! I want to talk about. I've never played this game,
Oh.
but I saw the press for it. Have you guys heard of the Guy game?
This sounds familiar. What
Yes,
is
I saw boxes for this, and I never played
Yes.
it.
I've never played it either, right? Because like my dad, well, else it looks
Oh,
stupid.
no.
I'm like a trivia game, right? But the reason why I want to talk about this game is because I remember they got hit with a huge lawsuit.
Holy
Oh.
shit, there's boobs in this game.
Yes, but more importantly to the point, there are underage boobs somewhere in that game.
Oh no!
Yup,
Ooh.
they
That's
got
no good.
destroyed. It was
So, Tyler, you did skip something, actually, that is kind of important.
which one?
Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero.
I mean,
Well,
you and
this is
Val
all-
talk about it. It's like the only game she plays. Guitar Hero is a big deal. It was all part of
It's
this generation.
Yeah, no, you're right. Like it didn't start becoming multi-platform until like Guitar Hero 3.
Well, yeah, but I
Came out
mean,
for
well, look,
Xbox
you can see. And here, it's
Yeah.
1's exclusive, 2's not. Encore
No,
is, and then 3's
two
not.
Two was
Well, then what is 2 on? Oh,
because 360. It got
That's
moved.
so
it got ported to
weird.
360 later.
Wasn't it like the same year it came out for both though?
No.
2006 and 2007. It said
Oh, you're
Freeman.
right,
It's
it was
six
1 year.
6 months later.
Yeah.
Limited time.
Still
Technically.
not much.
Technically, it didn't come out. Yeah. So I mean, man, I don't know. I played a lot of Guitar Hero in my day.
Wait, which one's your favorite? I like the early ones. 1, 2, 3. Which one did you like the best?
Oh my god. I like 3 more.
3's the one I saw a lot because I remember that cover.
Like I think
Everyone
2,
played 3. That was one that
2
like
had a
exploded.
good set list, but like, no, you know what? Shit, because I'm messed up because I never played 3 on PS2. Like I had it for the 360, and like
that was
those DLC songs, dude, the DLC songs was a game changer. It really was because you got so. I think I might have mentioned this before, but the boss song. So are you guys familiar with the boss fights in 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you played against Tom Morello, Slash and Slash is from Guns N' Roses, and then
Like
you
the
played
devil movie.
Lucifer. Yeah, and so you got to play their songs, but like only half their songs when you played in the battle, and it was always a skewed, right? You never unlocked the full song, but then like I think towards the end of the year they Harmonix or Red Octane,
Yeah,
were
they made
like,
it first.
Or no?
Yeah. Yeah, they were like, so we're gonna give you guys the full tracks of the song, but the people on PS2 never got it though. It was anyone on PS3 or 360 got those boss songs like untainted. So like you can go into the track and like actually play it. Like you didn't have to go through the boss song and like play half of it. Like you played
Yeah.
your part and you played the boss's part too.
You're also forgetting the people on the Nintendo Wii crowd where DLC didn't exist. So we
Yeah,
didn't have the
DLC
option
never
for it.
existed for them. So the only people who could get it was if you had a 360 or a PS3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
So,
mean, I
Live
played
on
so
the
much Guitar
podcast,
Hero.
I just ran away for a second, and I
Yeah.
asked Val what her favorites are, and she said it's a tie between 2 and 3.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard. Like
Yeah.
both games were fantastic. Three played a lot smoother though, as in it was super easy. Like the timing for the notes, like the timing was so easy.
I
But
feel
you
like
had
that's a
lot of challenging
huge
songs.
thing.
Yeah.
It is, especially on songs like One though. Like if One by Metallica
It
had
was on 3.
huh?
I think it was on 3.
One by Metallica.
Yeah.
Oh wait, shit, no. What am I thinking? Yeah,
It
one's
was on
on
Notice All
3.
3.
Yeah,
Or
one's
no,
on 3.
Guitar Hero. What am I thinking? Jeez.
Yeah, we're playing Guitar Hero. Yeah.
I
Jeez.
got the Ocelot video open from our break.
No. One by Metallica, where it has the fucking like if that was on Guitar Hero 2 timing, that song would be so much more difficult. Like Jordan on Guitar Hero 2 demolished people. I never beat that song.
Mm.
That's one of the songs I never beat, and I pretty much beat every single song in that game.
When you're saying you never beat it, you're saying you never beat it on expert.
Yes, that's what I really mean, listeners. I've never beaten it on expert. I've beaten it on hard.
Yeah, Tyler and my
Beat it on
girlfriend are the
hard,
people who
it's
used to play Guitar Hero on expert, not easy or medium like me.
Shit,
I
I beat
played on hard because I wasn't that good.
Devil Went Down to Georgia on hard. I can get 4 stars on that song, like consistently. can't beat fucking Jordan on Guitar Hero 2 because the timing, like you have to be so spot on, right? But it was also cool too. I like that game not just because me and my friends bonded over it, but I thought it was cool that I saw a lot more people getting into like music, right?
Yeah.
And it branched me out as a person, right? Like I listen to some rock, and when I mean I listen to some rock, I mean like, oh hey, I'm listening to some My Chemical Romance here and there, right? But like I listen to like some of the more classic stuff. Like I started getting into like some of the oldies like Sabbath, or you know, like more Metallica, right? Like I even got into some Lamb of God. Like I started branching out into like those like hard rock shit, and I was really digging it. And I was like, man, I want to keep doing it, and like it kind of helped me widen my taste for music, and I owe a lot of that taste to like Guitar Hero, like all the stuff that I listen to today, not just my friends, but Guitar Hero as well.
Well, I'm glad I took us back for that.
Yeah. Well, I want to go back one more above Guitar Hero.
Oh,
I just want to talk about Guilty Gear real quick.
Yeah.
Just I love Guilty Gear. Arc system works. If you play like BlazBlue, it feels like the same kind of game, but a little more faster paced. This was like the first like anime sprite fighting game that I really played, and I just love this game because of how much they fucked up the naming system for it. First one was Guilty Gear X, then it was X2, and they're like, oh, let's start adding like symbols. Like the re-release is Guilty Gear X,
yeah,
accent core, but the accent is like the caret symbol. Then they were like, oh, let's do accent core plus. And then they got really, they're like, fuck, what do we do?
Hashtag reload.
Guilty Gear X is hashtag reload, then Guilty Gear XX slash, but the slash is literally a backslash. But they ran into the problem that they couldn't call the next game Guilty Gear XXX because there was already a registered porn parody of that series. So they're like, what do we do?
No.
So the third one they came with, like, let's just call it Guilty Gear Third, except we'll replace the 3 and just make it an X. So it's Guilty Gear Xrd.
Oh, Xrd. That's where it comes from.
I love the series. Great music, fast combat system. If you like that kind of anime sprite style that they're doing for Dragon Ball Z Fighters.
Yeah, and right now they're working on 5 games.
Like, this is where it all came from. You want to see, like, their original games. Like, this is really good. I know 2 was... The original version of 2 is exclusive to PS2, but everyone else has been re-released on multiple consoles, some on PC. I like them.
I want to go forward and talk about Harry Potter.
Oh shit!
Harry Potter.
So I'm not going to talk much about these, but I did play a lot of the early Harry Potter games on PC. They weren't amazing, but they were fun. They were fun when you were a kid who had just read the books and you were like, I get to run around those Hogwarts and be Harry and Hermione and Ron and everything. They weren't spectacular, but I only played like the first 2 or 3 maybe. But I remember when you have to like hunt down the jelly beans in the castle and the chocolate frogs and all that shit. And at what was it? I think at GDQ earlier this year, like whatever the winter one is. I think it's Awesome Games Done Quick and Summer Games Done Quick, right? At AGDQ this past year, I saw a run of I think it was Sorcerer's Stone, a speed run, and it was like 20 minutes. And I was like, what the fuck?
Damn.
Oh yeah, I saw that running.
Yeah, that run, those runs are cool, man. But it was such a throwback to seeing like, oh, look at all those jelly beans lying around and all the platforming and drawing the symbols for the spells on your screen so that you could learn the new spell and do like Leviosa, Leviosa, Leviosa like 1,000 times. Leviosa. Hello Kitty.
Damn, I didn't know Harvest Moon and Wonderful Life was multi-console. I always thought that was Microsoft exclusive. Sorry, Nintendo exclusive.
Hello Kitty?
No,
Harvest Moon.
Harvest Moon and Wonderful Life. That was like the one I played, and I thought it was GameCube exclusive.
GameCube, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 4. Jesus.
Yeah,
Hello
whatever.
Kitty Roller Rescue was the shit, though.
Which one?
It was Hello Kitty Roller Rescue.
Oh my God.
Did you actually play this?
Yes, my friend of
All
mine.
right, Tyler lost his vote.
This game.
No,
God
best
damn
game of the year forever.
Oh shit!
Hello Kitty Roller Rescue.
Shit, there's actually something real under the H category.
Which...
High School Musical 3.
Hitman.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
I was gonna ask about that. I was like, do we? Yo,
Of
Blood
course.
Money was the shit. I didn't like Hitman 1 or 2, but Blood Money was my.
I've always wanted to go back and play the old ones, but it's one of those things that doesn't run very well on a modern PC.
Dude, it's
And
hard.
the controller support is non-existent for those older games, and it's like, I don't know.
It's so dated, dude. I wouldn't recommend it. I would just go back and play Blood Money.
I mean, they seem like amazing games. I know that the reason Hitman still exists is because like Blood Money is so good.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "This is the." I remember Ed playing the first mission where you go to the abandoned carnival.
Yes.
Is that Blood Money?
Yeah, that's Blood Money.
And you like the first thing you see is your guy walks up to the gate and just goes like, "What do you want?" And then he just grabs the guy's head and slams it into the gate.
Yeah, knocks the shit out of him. Yeah,
and then he like fixes his tie and has a one-liner or some shit. I remember that, man.
It's a good one. Like the first two were good, but like you go back, and the controls are just so
I
hard.
know, that's the problem. Ugh.
But they're good. They're still good games though. That was back when Eidos was popping off
Yeah.
with games.
I don't know about you guys, but the next thing I see, I never played it, but one of the podcasts I listen to talk about it all the time, Hulk Ultimate Destruction.
That
I
game
played a
was fun.
demo
I've
for
heard
that
about
game, and I remember it was, Tyler, correct me if I'm wrong, but the demo, or maybe one of the early levels or whatever, if you played it, was you smash up like a gas station in the desert, and the army
Yeah.
shows up. I just remember doing that over and over again because it was like, yeah, I'm the Hulk, I'm going to break everything and jump 1,000 feet in the air, it's great.
Yeah, that game was cool. I remember like one of the features was like you snap like a car, like you pound a card.
Yeah!
And then he like picks up and uses them as like boxing
The giant
gloves. I was
fists,
like, yo,
yeah.
dude, that was a fun game.
I know that game was supposed to be a lot of fun and goofy, but I never got to play it beyond that demo.
Hold on, there's one game on here that's an amazing title and the worst box art. Look at Hype the Time Quest. Look at the
Oh,
artwork for
God.
this fucking
What
game.
the fuck? Hype the Time Quest?
Holy shit!
Dude,
Wow,
that kid's a hero. Look at him.
It's like a fucking Lego game.
That kid's a champion, man. Come on.
God.
Yo, Hype.
Yo, but actually though, Iron Man. Is this the
Oh,
game I'm
yeah.
thinking of? Hold on. There was a game I played. I don't know. Oh my god. Of course it brings you the main Iron Man article. I don't fucking care.
Oh shit! Indigo Prophecy. Fuck you too.
Oh,
I like this
jeez.
game, man.
I don't dislike it. I
that's
only
the
played the
game.
beginning, and then I saw a Let's Play of the rest of it, and I'm like, wow, this game goes right off the fucking rails hard.
It does towards the end. Yeah, I won't lie. David
Welcome to
Cage is-
David Cage Game.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
I
the
know.
channel,
I still liked it.
the Best Friends Play channel, they did a Let's Play of this, Omicron, which is the game he made first.
Right. Yeah.
What the fuck else? What was the other ones that he made? Beyond Two Souls, right?
Oh yeah, Beyond Two Souls, Heavy Rain, and
Heavy
now
Rain, that was the other one. They did Let's
Yeah,
Plays of
Heavy
all of
Rain.
them, and they're all... God, dude, Omicron is the one he did with David Bowie. That
Yeah,
game
I heard
is
about it, and that
so
dipped.
insanely insane, crazy, dumb. Holy shit, it's dumb.
Yeah,
All right,
but David Bowie. What do you expect?
we're just going to skip over Jay because there's nothing of value in this letter. Even though with the article I was talking about earlier, that's wrong.
Wait. There is something under J that's important.
Jack is not
No.
multi-platform.
No.
The game immediately under Jack. Or
James Bond?
James Bond.
Oh,
No,
I
I
was
love-
waiting for Tyler to do it, Freeman. Come
Yeah,
on. I was like,
James
wait,
Under
does he
Fire.
actually see something under J?
We finally made it. James Bond.
It only
Under
took like
Fire.
2 months, Tyler. You could finally talk about
Oh
007.
god. I just feel defeated though.
Why?
Why?
Talking about it because remember I was like, oh man, it was totally GameCube, and then I guess my memory is that of an old person.
I mean, we're all pretty old. at
Doesn't
this
matter.
We're all
The game
getting
was
old.
great. I love Agent Under Fire though. That was probably like one of my favorite games.
I
Like
spent
favorite
so much
James
time
Bond
playing
games.
that game.
I
Well,
played
yeah,
multiplayer of one
No,
of
I
these
did too.
at my elementary school friend's house. I never played any of them beyond that.
I didn't own it, but I still must have spent like hundreds of hours playing multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the James Bond games were fun multiplayer at least. They learned something from
That was like
GoldenEye.
the golden era of local multiplayer. Now you just don't do shooter games local multiplayer anymore.
Yeah.
Well, look at all these Common Writer games.
I did not realize that Just Cause 1 was actually on this generation.
Yes.
That's impressive considering how much that game in the series has evolved.
It was on. Just Cause 1 was on 360.
Oh, Killer 7.
Killer 7, I was literally just going to
That
say,
was
that's one of those
cool
famous
game.
games that like everyone's like, "Oh, it's Grasshopper, that's why."
Yeah,
They
yeah,
do
I
all
didn't
those
really get
weird
into that game
games.
too much, unfortunately.
I remember seeing the cover and be like, "What the fuck is Killer 7?"
I didn't play Killer
shit.
7, but the one that came immediately after it, No More Heroes, that game was awesome.
Yeah,
No
that game I
More
know.
Heroes.
But that's for another day.
That's
God,
for
I
when
got
we
a
talk about
story.
Gen 7.
Yeah, I got a story for that one when we get to that.
Yeah. I didn't play King of Fighters.
Legacy of Kain, I know, is a somewhat famous series, but I think it was mostly on PC. I don't know anything about it.
PlayStation.
Spyro.
We ain't gonna talk about it.
Spyro.
Yo, the Lord of the Rings, the two towers.
Lego Star Wars games were honestly actually good.
Yeah, I've heard good things about them, actually.
They're I don't know. I played
I wonder
through
if I
most
have.
of Lego
I
Star Wars
should.
games with my
I bet I
brother.
have them on Steam. I should play those because people always
They're-
want me to find new Star Wars. I do not own a Lego game.
They're pretty funny.
How do I not have a Lego Star Wars game? I feel like one of the Humble Bundles I bought must have had it.
It was one of those games that was really good if you like meticulously collecting shit, because every game had like these bonus bricks that you used to build essentially models in the main menu. You don't build them, but like you collect them, and once it's done, suddenly you now have this ship hanging out on your main screen. It was really cool. But as someone who loves avidly collecting shit in video games, Lego Star Wars got me.
I should try it then.
It's where it started. It's where like the craze for Lego games came from mostly.
Yeah.
Tyler, you were mentioning something.
Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings.
Get the
Two
fuck out.
Towers. Yo, man, I really like those games. It was like Gauntlet. It was
Yo,
actually Gauntlet,
honestly,
but, like,
dude,
Lord of the Rings.
I've been waiting for this too, because I did Let's Plays of all of these games except for Return of the King, because I'm still trying to get Val to do Return of the King with me, because that has 2-player. Unless one of you
Yeah.
wants to come out here and do it.
I would.
Tyler, you need to take like a week
Could
off
you
work
reasonably
and just
beat
come
it in a
out here
weekend, though?
and let's fucking do this.
Yeah, let's bang out Halo 2, and
Halo 2,
Return of the King.
We'll Return of the King. We'll get it done in 3 days.
Right.
Fucking bang it out, sit in the hot office, and just play these sweaty ass games.
I'm all right with this. I'm okay with this.
You think I'm kidding? Fellowship of the Ring is apparently different on PS2 from the
Really?
Xbox version, and the Xbox version I played for the Let's Play is a pile of shit. Everyone said how terrible I was at the game, and I probably was, but it is not good. Then Two Towers is kind of like a Gauntlet game, like you said, Tyler, but it's still not great. And the Return of the King was when it got really good.
Yes.
Except,
and that co-op, it was dope.
Tyler, I think I've talked to you about this before, but the reason Val and I never kept recording is because of that shitty Spirit Cave level at the beginning of Aragorn's campaign.
Oh.
When you go under the mountain, and the second half of the second level is where you're running away, and there's that instant death wall.
Yeah.
We died like 7 times in a row trying to get out of there, and you walk into that slow-moving fog, and it just kills you. We just couldn't make it work. Even when we were both controlling perfectly, we would just die.
Yeah.
It was super frustrating.
Game is hard.
But once you get that past that point, the game is super fun. Like when you're Aragorn, like I always play as Aragorn, and you're just like slashing dudes up, or Gandalf when you get to high level magic and you just blast your magic bolts through dudes. Or when you do that staff over the head. And oh my god, the amount of levels they squeezed into that game.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I played that game though.
That game's real good. I actually genuinely wish you could come out here for those 2 Let's Plays, Tyler, because those are both games I really want to LP. Halo 2, obviously. And but then, finally, Third Age.
Never played that one.
I've talked about it a whole bunch. It's basically if you took Final Fantasy and slapped a Lord of the Rings game, non-canon game story over it.
Oh yeah, I see the gameplay.
It does look
for
like
now.
an RPG.
It's pretty goofy at the end of the story, but you're basically almost a copy of the party following the Fellowship's footsteps. You're basically a soldier of Gondor as the main character, and he's been sent by Denethor to track down Boromir. So you're constantly following behind the party, but then you kind of get into your own stuff. But then the end just kind of falls apart. But the best part was at the very end of the game, you could fight the Eye of Sauron. You literally are like standing on top of the tower, and you're fighting the giant glowing eye. It's so dumb, and it's awesome. And you
Sounds
got
like
these
a typical
sick
RPG
powers.
final
You had Ranger guy, Elf lady, who was kind of your mage. Ranger, you had Soldier from Gondor, sorry. Ranger, dwarf, elf lady, and then later on you got the worst fucking character ever, who was this Rohan woman who used double axes. She's actually fucking terrible, and I'll fight anyone who says it's not.
Damn.
And then the very last character was another guy from Rohan who used a spear, and unfortunately they did one of those things where you kind of get him too late. He has really cool powers, but you get him so late in the game. You get him at the very end of Rohan, and then you do Helm's Deep and Minas Tirith and Osgiliath. Okay. Helm's Deep, Osgiliath, Minas Tirith, and then you're done with the game. And you're like over halfway done before you get your final party member. But that game was a lot of fun. I genuinely, if any of those sound interesting, like I said, I did LPs of 3 of those 4 games. And one of them is good, and one of them is okay, and one of them is terrible. Fellowship is... I was bad at it, but it's undeniable trash. Like, the beginning of Fellowship is you sneak around Hobbiton, or you go around Hobbiton as Frodo trying to sell your house to the Sackville Bagginses, and then the Ring Wraiths show up and you have to sneak out of Hobbiton. It's fucking... Anyway, sorry, I've been keeping us on that too long.
That's fine. Gotta go off on these games. We're like halfway through the list, though.
Oh my god, it's taking forever.
Manhunt
Like,
is
when we
famous.
saw it,
I never played a Manhunt game, but they're supposed to be really
Oh, God,
intense
so-
and good.
Right when
Alright,
Manhunt
so I'll
2
tell
got
you.
announced. Are you gonna tell you go for it?
So I played through Manhunt 1, right? And I'll say this right now for the record, it is a guilty pleasure of mine, that game.
Why? Isn't it supposed to be good?
It is good, but man, I won't lie, you feel
Oh.
really dirty playing that game.
Oh.
you do, like, it's
fucking murder
weird.
people.
But like, it's the way, like, so actually this is a game I kind of like studied too, right? When like I was kind of doing like this, I was doing this research paper for do video games make you violent? And so like I decided, I was like, you know what, since I've been on like, the games don't make you violent, like I was like, okay,
Go to the
I'll
other
fight for
side.
the other one. Yeah, I'll go to the other side. Man, Manhunt almost convinced me. But like it's so crazy, and it's like it's weird because it's almost like it rewards the player, but not with a score, right? Yeah, like at the end you get like scores and stuff like that of each level. So it's almost like an arcade based kind of thing if I remember correctly. But like the game rewards you for doing like more gruesome kills, right? And it's like when you look at someone, right, you hold down like the execution button, like if you catch them like off guard, and like it goes like green, then yellow, and then red is like the most gruesome one you can do. And like I found myself, I'm like, okay, and actually, you know what? This game felt like Hotline Miami. If you guys have played that game.
Hell yeah, dude! I love Hotline Miami.
Yeah.
And that game is almost perfect, right, for describing it, because you're going through, you're so caught up in the moment of trying to survive and going through all this shit that you're not thinking of like really what you're doing. And then after everything's over, right, and like say in Hotline Miami, like, okay, time to go back to the car, you see like the wake of destruction that you've done, and you're like, man, you either feel one of two ways, like, oh man, that was fucking sick, or like, Jesus Christ, this is fucking brutal. And like that's how I felt with Manhunt. It was very weird, but it was a really good game, in my opinion. It made me feel a certain way while playing it. It made me feel uncomfortable, and I liked it.
Oh god.
It's a guilt. I know, that's what I was saying. Like, it's a guilty pleasure. Like it's a game I'd love to play again, but it's oh god, I wouldn't recommend it to like kids, obviously. Like, it's a different kind of monster. Like, it's a different kind of violence. Like, it's basically snuff. It's a snuff game,
Kind
Yeah.
of.
more or less. Yeah, and it's like if you don't have the
A good
for-
snuff game.
It's but like the mechanics are great. Like
Yeah.
the way they do sound, and even some combat, like they emphasize greatly on stealth and how important it is, and how like if you get caught, it's over. Like, you're done.
Yeah.
Like if you like, there's no second chances. Like,
It's not like Metal Gear Solid where you can get away with it after you're caught. It's like
yeah, no, if they
Like,
catch
don't
you
get
with
caught.
that bat or a gun, you're done.
Yeah.
Like, it's over. Like, it's It's very hard. And also, like, there's one section in the game that gets really fucked up. I don't know if you guys... Do you guys plan on playing it?
Hell no, dude.
Not
There's
really.
one section towards the end, right? So the premise of the story is, like, you play as this guy who is on death row, right? And this guy who makes snuff films breaks him out of jail, right? And he, like, sends this guy into, like, this
Kind of
playground.
like a saw
of,
house.
like, yeah, well, like, it's full of people, though. And he's like, the only way you're going to get out of this is if you kill all of these people. And I have to record it. And it better be good. And if it's not good, I'm going to kill you. And then 3/4 of the way through the game, you go through this mall and, like, you're killing all these hobos and all these other people, right? And he gets to, like, this TV room. And he's like, hey, time for you to go to this next part. And he's like, no, you think you're done, but you're not. I kidnapped your entire family. And I have trained guards in front of each one of them. And if they so much as hear you coming, they shoot your family. And that's what actually happens. If they hear you coming, they just
Holy
put a
shit.
bullet in one of your family members.
Wow.
Yeah, it
Jeez.
gets fucked up.
That's pretty
In
brutal,
fact,
dude.
I was reading into like the development of the game. There was developers who didn't want to work on the game
Yeah.
because of how, like,
Oh,
fucked up it
God,
was.
dude.
yeah. It was real. And then Manhunt 2 came out, and they were like, you know what, screw it. We're going to, like, tone down the
No.
executions. Yeah, I mean, there was a mod for the PSP that came out,
Oh
if I
my
remember correctly,
God.
for Manhunt 2, because they kind of blurred it out in 2, right? It was still a gruesome game, but, like, when you did the executions, they blurred it out. But then someone made a mod for the PSP where it took the blur away.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, there it is.
Yep. Yo, Manhunt 2 is great. I recommend it if you really want to be sweaty. That's a game, and you
All
want
right.
to feel uncomfortable with your actions.
We gotta keep going though, because we're so
Yeah, we're slowing down.
we're
all
taking. No, I mean, there's a reason we're talking about all these games, but
I know they're
man,
good
oh man,
games. But
we got so much to talk
I'll go
about.
real quick. Marvel's Capcom 2.
I was gonna say though,
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yo, this is the era of Capcom knowing how to make fighting games.
this is the reason Marvel
great
vs.
game.
Capcom is a name.
This is such a good game.
Gonna
This
say
is
that right now.
Actually.
the whole reason I think Cable's name is Gables because of this stupid game.
Oh god, yeah. It's
No,
good.
but yeah, I remember playing the
It's
first
wonderful.
one a bunch at one point, and then I tried the second one, and the second one's really fun. It's really, it's nice because it's one of those fighters that even a scrub like me can just mash things out and do cool moves, and it's like, yeah, fun
Yeah,
moves.
basically.
I
yeah,
love the
it's
art
fun.
style. Art style.
Dude,
is
Yeah,
great.
it's really
the sprite
crisp.
art was really nice in this one.
Max Payne.
Yeah.
I only played a bunch of the first one at my first girlfriend's house. Actually, I don't know if I ever beat it, but that was a important game, I think.
I thought it was definitely important to the third-person shooter franchise.
Yeah.
Man, the aiming was hard. I really enjoy. Out of all of it, though, I really enjoyed the writing for Max
Mm.
Payne. I like the presentation for
Yeah.
1 and 2. So yeah, I thought it was good. I thought that had a pretty solid run.
No, that's fair. That's definitely fair. It's another one of those series. I mean, that spawned a movie and everything when they were still trying that out because it was a pretty successful game and it was a cool theme of like rogue cop, and it had spawned all those games where you do the slow-mo jumping through the air and everything like that.
Yo, in the instruction manual for Max Payne, it says like Max has this unique move where he can slow down time. This is like saying it from the from the instruction manual. He just does this.
That's amazing.
That's all the game manual says. Like
Perfect.
he just has this ability. There's no reason why he has it. He just has it.
There's no better reason to explain it any other way. That's how you should explain it. Just be like, yeah, fuck it. You don't get to know. Who cares?
It was great. I
It
loved
doesn't
it.
matter why he's doing it.
Right. Fun fact: he lived in New Jersey.
I don't know if you guys have anything else in M, but Medal of Honor.
Melty Blood's pretty good.
I played Frontline and Rising Sun. They're both competent shooters from the Medal of Honor franchise. Neither of them is better than Allied Assault, and they're certainly not as good as Call of Duty got. So,
Yeah, I didn't really get into them.
but they
too
were
much.
fun. Freeman, I know you got to talk about this stuff right after Medal of Honor.
Metal Gear Solid.
No, not yet.
Some of Mega Man.
Yeah.
Mega Man.
Dude, I actually didn't play any of like the upper numbered X games.
Oh,
Like I played Mega Man
Same.
X, I played a little bit of Mega Man X2, and then I didn't play the rest.
oops.
Same.
Yeah.
Super same. Oh,
I know it
Mercenaries
seems like I would have
too.
played it.
Fair enough.
guys play
Multiplayer until
Mercenaries?
years later. That's a good.
I
sprite
know
fighting game.
Mercenaries
Multi
2 is supposed to be good. I never played it.
The animated form is trash though. Don't watch
Oh,
that.
Melty Blood,
Yeah,
right?
fuck that.
Never heard of it.
It's a meme that it doesn't exist.
Damn.
'Cause it doesn't. Just like that Avatar: The Last Airbender movie. Moving on.
Yeah, go ahead and talk about Metal Gear, I guess.
No, we already did because it's a PlayStation exclusive.
Oh yeah, that's right.
yeah.
Fuck.
We did.
Yeah.
Metal Slug. Not much to it, but it's one of those series that kind of chugs along and is just neat.
Yeah, they're always good.
They're
to
fun
play.
for a few minutes. I can't play them for that long,
I
but
wouldn't religiously follow that series. But
No.
Yeah.
Like,
They're fun, like, arcade games.
there's
Basically.
Miami Vice.
Yo, dude, I didn't know this game existed.
Wait,
Oh,
really?
Man. I swear to God, I didn't know.
Holy shit.
This isn't fair. I need to go find this game now.
There's Midway
Shit.
Arcade Treasures. Didn't get to play it on the Xbox. I played it on the Xbox, but it had less games, or I'm thinking of the one on the... No, I didn't play most of these games. Maybe I only played it on the N64 or something. I don't fucking remember.
That would be the show series is pretty good, but it was one of those things that was like back released. It was way better on the whatever console it currently came out for.
PS3.
Which I think was PS3 is where they all really came out for.
Mobile
missing
Suit
any
Gundam.
of
Didn't
them?
play any of these.
Didn't play any of them.
Same.
Sucks. None of them are wing
Um,
though, and I honestly don't give a shit about the Gundam universe at large.
Yo, I didn't play it. I didn't play the first one, but Monster Hunter. I didn't realize it started. Oh, it was basically a PS2 exclusive. It got re-released for everything later on.
Yeah, now it's on what?
Oh.
Now it's on like 3DS
It's on
exclusively.
literally everything.
Yeah.
All the most recent ones have been 3DS.
Monster
and
Truck!
PlayStation Vita.
Holy shit! I played a Monster
Monster
Truck
Truck.
game on the PC. I feel like I remember it. It was so fun. Fuck. That name rings such a bell. It's crazy. Fuck. Mortal Kombat. Yeah, it's Mortal Kombat.
Yo, I just for a second, I don't know
Sure.
how they survived this because Armageddon
Isn't it
was
terrible?
terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible. But MKX though blew
What
up
year was that
too.
one? Was 2006? Oh, was that the last one that came out before just Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
Yo, Tyler,
believe-
Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, the side-scroller game.
Oh God, get the hell out of here. It was not
It's supposed to
good.
be terrible, I know.
Not good.
Okay, we're making our way through M. Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, a lot of these really suck.
So many
Jesus.
games.
MX versus ATV.
Naruto Billions, NASCAR Billions,
Yeah, real
NBA
quick with
Billions.
Naruto, those were all just like giant Budokai knockoffs. It wasn't until they got to the Ultimate Ninja Storm series. Yo, that series is great, but none of those were on Gen 6.
Need
for
Speed Upper Suit 2.
Oh my God. Oh yeah.
Fuck.
Need for Speed. Yeah, Need
Yeah,
for Speed.
dude.
Yo, dude, like half
Yes.
this was just NBA, NCAA titles. Just jump down to Need for Speed.
Dude,
Where's
fucking
Need for Speed?
Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit 2,
Pursuit
and
2?
Most Wanted.
And fuck Most Wanted.
Most Wanted, dude. Cops.
No, Underground was where it was at.
No, you gotta have the cops.
No, what the fuck? There were cops. What was it?
Well, I didn't
Hot
play
Pursuit
Undercover.
2.
I don't know.
No, Underground is like Underground.
Yeah,
is
Hot
kinda-
Pursuit 2, and then they came out with Underground, which was terrible because it had cool
No.
NOS stuff. No, it was cool because you had street racing stuff, but there were no cops. And then Most Wanted was like, here's your street racing cool stuff and the fucking cops, which is the best thing
the
about Hot
cops.
Pursuit 2.
Yeah, fair enough. I just like the customization. Like, I guess that's what they were trying out
Yeah,
with the
and-
Underground franchise.
In Underground, like the neon color and all that shit.
I
Yeah.
love that was my jam, and then the game always opened because I played this game so much. It opened with Lil Jon, the East Side Boys, to the window to the wall.
Oh my god, you're fucking right.
To
the
Sweatshop
window,
Jam.
to the wall.
Every time I
Fuck.
open up this game,
Dude, I remember
Every
that
time.
song because of that game. Jesus.
yep, love that game.
Oh my fucking god.
Okay,
God damn.
we keep going. We're gonna keep going. We're not gonna talk about all these fucking
NHL.
games, these other games, the
Real quick.
NHL.
I want to talk about Nights into Dreams because this is a funny story about why you shouldn't listen to your fans.
Oh, it's Sonic Team.
Actually,
Nights into Dreams was this game that came out on Dreamcast that like everyone says they loved and everyone claims it's a great game and they want to play
they're
it.
full of shit. Though.
And then when they finally go and release a sequel, literally no one buys the game. Like
what
this is one of
happens?
those cases of people like hyping up how good something is without actually enjoying or paying for the games. It sucked because
Cough,
I
cough,
heard-
Firefly, cough, cough.
I heard
Who said that? Who the fuck said
I
that?
heard so much about this game, and then when they finally released a sequel to it, no one's talking about it. Everyone's just vanished. I'm
Like,
hoping it
never
doesn't happen
existed at all.
with the next Shenmue game.
Oh my
NRA
god,
had
Ren-
a.
oh.
NRA Gun Club. That's.
I mean, it's an exclusive, but like, I just got
Can't-
so thrown off by it. All right,
You can't
whatever.
talk about Okami. Oh man, I don't want to call it
Wait,
multi-console.
that's not a multi-console.
Dude,
was,
it's
was
Wii,
PS2,
PS2, and PS3.
It
Nuh-uh,
got re-released.
It came out. It got re-released.
2 years later.
Yeah. No, it was a PS2 release.
That
we
count.
talked
You know
about
what?
it.
Well, but that also counts. Doesn't that? Isn't that more of a Wii game?
No, it
Look,
wasn't. It
I'm
was
not
a
gonna
PS2
lie.
game
I
first.
played it for both PS2 and Wii, and I liked drawing with the Wii way better than on PS2. Like it was secretly made for Wii, even though the Wii didn't exist yet. I don't
It's
know,
a game I still need to play. Games is too
I
expensive
love it.
to buy, though.
dude. Just play it on like.
Just
No,
play
I
it.
want it
If
on
you
the
own a
PS2.
PS3, I think it's on PlayStation Network now.
So funny story about Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie.
Ew, stop.
Funny story. When I was in senior year,
It's listed under
In
Peter
my-
Jackson's King Kong, not King Kong.
in my graphic design class with Booz Friedman,
Yeah.
there was a kid named Kevin who was a freshman who I became friends with, and he actually was in some of the very first Timpedia videos way back before I was even Timpedia. Like this is very, very beginning when I was doing top 10 videos on my old channel that are deleted now. He was an achievement whore at that point in his life,
Everyone was.
Oh,
and
We're all hunting down
he
that gamer
bought
score.
King Kong because to get all the achievement points, all you had to do was beat the game. He did it on 360, beat the game, and then returned it to GameSpot for full refund.
Yeah, I remember him telling me this story too.
Oh shit! You knew him? Fuck, you
Yeah,
did.
we were in the same class.
I forgot. Yeah, you. God damn it.
Konami made
that
that
class
game?
had that class was a very aggressive 360 versus PS3 split.
Yeah, and I was on the right side of that.
They made It came out. Oh,
Yeah, but then we all played Halo and Pokemon and Quake on the computers because we
Halo.
finished our work so fast. It's like, Photoshop this eyeball to look like a different color. Okay, I'm done.
Oh, God, I
Okay.
have 3 more weeks to goof off.
Time to play all of Emerald.
Hell yeah. All right, let's keep going through.
Can
Predator
I-
Concrete Jungle, I've seen. It's supposed to be weird.
Well, what
but-
do you want to talk about, Tyler?
Oh no, I said it's probably later on. Like I went down kind of a little bit of ways into the P's.
Prince of Persia? That's
Yeah, that
a
was the one
pretty
I wanted to
famous
talk
about.
series. Yeah, go
Yo,
ahead.
Sands of Time was so good.
I remember trying to play it on PC once, or my dad tried to, and it got like 2 minutes in and got stuck, and I never tried it again.
Damn,
But I was
But the-
super young at the time.
the writing's so good. The gameplay's so good.
And then it all went
Everything.
downhill.
And then I stand alone. Stand alone. Yo, I don't understand how they went from this like banging Middle East soundtrack that they had in Sands of Time, then Two Thrones happens, and they're like, "Yo, let's get Godsmack to do the soundtrack of this video game," and it's like, "No, stop."
Tyler, no joke though. You gotta admit, kinda Prince of Persia went into Assassin's Creed.
Kind of.
At least in the
Yeah,
beginning. Like
if
that
I would-
first
if
game.
I would even, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, yeah, I'm just saying the first game at least.
Yeah, if anything, I would totally say Assassin's Creed pull a lot of like stuff from Prince
Yeah.
of Persia. If anything, it was like a light spiritual successor.
Mhm.
Successor.
I mean, certainly because the other
Oh,
games in the
God.
movie were terrible.
Sands of Time was so good. I think what happened though, because around the time like Two Thrones came out, or like between like Sands of Time and like Two Thrones, God of War came out,
Mm,
and that game was obviously the shit. And then they're like, "Yo,
obviously.
we can make Prince of Persia the same thing," and then God, oh no, oh no, yeah, it was Warrior Within, and then
yeah.
it was Two Thrones.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, and they were both not good. At least I didn't like either of
Fuck.
them.
I don't know if you guys have made it all the way through R yet.
No, I didn't. I was going off about Prince of Persia and how that game was amazing, and
Because there's one
Yeah, you guys
game that
played-
came out on everything from this generation.
The Punisher. I like that game.
Fucking Resident
one?
game.
Resident
no.
Evil,
Ugh,
No.
Code Veronica,
4.
Resident Evil 4. We made it, boys.
Jesus.
We made it, boys.
No.
We made it,
Just
boys.
kidding. I'm going to talk about Red Faction because I played it on PC.
No, Red Faction was a good game, though.
No, Red Faction Guerrilla was a good game. 1
It
was
was,
okay.
Yo, Red Faction 2 was fun.
I didn't
missed
play
the
2.
first-person
I couldn't
shooter.
get 2 to work on PC for the Let's Play, so I never got to play it.
See, that's fine. Yo, we're gonna talk about Resident Evil 4?
Ugh, fuck.
You want to talk about Resident Evil 4?
I ain't gonna talk about. I know. No, I'm gonna keep it short. No, I'm gonna.
No,
keep it
no,
short.
you can talk about it. Like, my own dislike does not discount the fact that there's got to be something there when most people are like, this is the best game of the generation and possibly forever.
I wouldn't say that. Honestly, I wouldn't say that's the best game. It's my favorite. Like for the contenders, it's between like Resident Evil 4 so far, like Prince of Persia, San Andreas, and there was like another game. Oh yeah, and like Max Payne. I think those are like some of the best games. But yeah, like Resident Evil 4, just like it's just one of those games like I just beat it every year. And I just have a lot of fun with it. Like the writing isn't that great. The writing isn't good. It's like an action movie, right?
Yeah, that's how Resident Evil always is.
Yeah, true. I mean, there's some good like Code Veronica had actually pretty good writing in it. Like some of the twists like you saw, but like the way they presented it was pretty good. But Resident Evil 4, it was cool because they were able to change up their like the way they did the game. But they still kept that mood, right? They still kept that like survival horror element where you had to keep like your resources going, because if you didn't have any resources, it was very hard to get to the next part, and so on and so forth. And I was glad that they kept that. And it's unfortunate that they weren't able to keep that balance with 5 and 6. It really was. Like they were solid. Like they're honestly, if you were to play them as standalone games, they were solid in their own right, but they never called back to what Resident Evil 4 was, and I think that's what everybody really likes about 4.
Right.
And yeah, that's pretty much it though. And Code Veronica was really cool. I think that was like the last traditional Resident Evil game before 4, and that game was spot on. I counted 6 or 7 retries of Code Veronica in order for me to beat it.
Wow. Like start the whole game over?
Yeah, because you'd get to parts where, like, I would get to parts where I wouldn't have the resources to continue on. I would be like in danger, no herbs, and like 2 bullets for my pistol. It's like, well, and I have a boss that I cannot physically beat with just 2 bullets for my pistol. I have to restart the game over again.
Jeez.
Yeah, game was actually, it's like universally known as the most difficult Resident Evil game to complete.
Damn.
It's good though. If you get through it, it's worth it.
Hmm.
Let's see here.
I mean, I'm not finding much. You guys are probably gonna find stuff, but I'm finding nothing.
Rock Band.
I was just gonna say Rock Band.
Rock Band.
Oh man, this is the game that forced Guitar Hero to like change their game to compete.
Yo, fucking Harmonix. They were like, yo, fuck you. Neversoft. We moving on.
One instrument's so lame.
We're gonna make our own Guitar Hero with blackjack and drummers.
Yo, actually, and drummers and an endless set list.
Hell yeah.
Yo, was it a fun fact? Harmonix, one of the heads of Harmonix, was in Freeze Pop. Have you ever heard of that band?
No, I haven't.
Nope.
No. Let's get ready to rock. No. Shit. All right,
Maybe.
never mind.
I'll hit this up later.
Yeah, it's fine. They're like a quirky kind of band. But we can keep going though.
I was gonna say, fuck, we gotta keep going.
Yeah, we gotta keep
go
going.
fast.
We're really...
We gotta go fast.
Secret Weapons over Normandy. I talked about it before. How that game was huge for me. It was a flight sim that has not aged as well as I'd hoped, but I had a ton of fun with it, and I'm sad that when I played it on PC a few months ago to try it for a recording, it was not great. It was a lot slower than I remembered. But apparently you can enter codes to play as an X-Wing and TIE Fighter, so that's cool.
Oh shit, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yo, this game is not as bad as everyone gives it shit for.
God damn it.
I like this
Immediately.
game. This is fun. I like Shadow the Hedgehog. He was a cool character until he got really edgy. The Edgehog.
He's literally Shadow the Hedgehog. He's never not edgy.
Yo, he was so fucking cool in Sonic Adventure 2. I was so
Freeman,
excited
he
to
was
see
just
him come up
edgy,
with
but you were into it.
Look, everyone complained about the gun mechanic, except the guns, like, you could ignore them and the game was better. It was like Mirror's Edge. They threw
Okay.
guns in just because you could to look cool, and then you don't need them because Shadow the Hedgehog was honestly a decent platforming game. Especially after the shit show that was Sonic Heroes.
Ugh.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Anyway, didn't we say Silent Hill got covered by PlayStation because it was basically a PlayStation game?
Yeah.
Yes, it
Like
was.
it says it came out on
originally.
Xbox, but that's another one of them. It's like no, that's a Sony game.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Senior...
there's so many S. Simpsons Hit and Run. Freeman, you talked about.
Simpsons Hit and Run was
I didn't
so
realize
good.
Crazy Taxi eventually went to everyone that generation, but Simpsons Hit and Run was a fun substitute when you didn't have a Dreamcast.
Actually, that was more of a GTA. Road Rage was the Crazy Taxi game.
Hold on, which one?
Road Rage was Crazy Taxi.
Oh, I'm flipping
And
the two in my mind here.
Yeah, and Hit
you're
and
right.
Run was GTA.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
know because I played the shit out of both of these games.
They were
like
both
a
really
lot.
good.
Oh man, yeah, Hit and Run was a lot of fun, and they both utilized like Simpsons humor very well in both games.
What else we got on here?
I think I'm.
Sly Cooper doesn't count. 'cause-
All of the Sims. Yeah, Sly Cooper was
Yeah,
Oh,
that
shit,
was
you
just
guys
weird.
caught
It
up
was
to
just-
me fast.
Oh, the Sonic games, real quick.
Sniper
Sonic Heroes,
Elite.
trash. Sonic Riders,
Sniper
Sonic
Elite
Riders
went on to
graphics
make a
suck.
cool-looking series on PC that I still want to Let's Play at some point, but didn't get to.
Yeah,
Oh,
Soul
yeah.
Calibur 2, that was a lot of fun.
Spider-Man.
But it was
Oh,
better on
wow.
GameCube, so you play as Link.
Spider-Man
Exactly.
2, everyone says is the fucking best swinging mechanic ever made.
Because it was.
There it is.
That was the best Spider-Man game. One of them. There was that game, and then there was the one on PS2. Or not PS2, PS1, I mean. PS1 Spider-Man game that they based off the TV show. Amazing. But Spider-Man 2, best free-roaming Spider-Man game of all time. Believe me.
Damn.
But Spider-Man 2 had the best swinging mechanics of all time.
Yeah, yo, actually, though. Jesus, so many SpongeBob games.
Holy shit. Nickelodeon knows how to market their product. What else we
I don't
got
care
on
about Spy Hunter.
here?
I missed it. Fuck.
Spyro already jumped the shark at that point.
Okay, I'm gonna go way back to C because I almost forgot.
What
See.
the
The-
fuck?
no.
You can't go
This
back
is-
to see.
Now, if you remember, there was a game that I said my brother had bought. It's called Cell Damage. It was kind of like a kiddie version of Twisted Metal. We didn't have Twisted
yeah.
Metal on the original Xbox. Cell Damage was a lot of fun. I still feel guilty over this because one day when I was super young, I took 4 games to GameStop, and Cell Damage was one of them, even though it was my brother's game, and I sold it in, and I traded 4 games in for the Star Wars Clone Wars video game, and my brother was super
Damn.
pissed when he got home that day that I gave away his game. And the only copy on Amazon is $80, except for the $5 one. I want to buy it for him as a joke gift, but I remembered that I had to talk about this game for Multiplatform because it was a super goofy, cartoony, cel-shaded, fun car combat game. Whew. Star Trek Voyager Elite Force. That game was... I saw a Let's Play of this game. It seems kind of cool, but kind of goofy.
Wait, we're on Star Trek
Oh,
now?
fuck. Star Wars. Fuck.
Yeah, so we on the Star Wars.
I gotta
we're
get
going
the-
Star Wars.
This is
All right.
what the viewers are here for.
I'm going to go through this super fast. Battlefront 1 is good. Battlefront 2 is amazing.
Oh, I needed it. That's what I needed.
Bounty Hunter, I still didn't get to play. I need to play it someday. Maybe when I get that GameCube finally here to do Rogue
It was
Squadron.
cool.
I saw the GameCube at home when we came home for camping. So next time we're home, if I have 5 minutes, I'm going to dig through the attic and try to fucking get that GameCube out to finally do those Let's Plays. I might have gotten it here. I don't remember. Who cares? Clone Wars was pretty fun. It was a vehicle game where you ran around as like the Jedi tank, like the laddie, airship, Staps. There's even one where you're riding on like this creature on the Wookiee homeworld. Didn't control very well, but it was a fun game. It's very hard. I had to cheat for the Let's Play. Clone Wars Republic Heroes. I did a Let's Play of the PC version of this game and shit on it because it was a kiddie game and I don't care. Revenge of the Sith is one of the only Let's Plays I ever had to cancel because I couldn't upload it to YouTube because of so much copyrighted music. and because of that, I lost motivation to keep doing it. So the first like 3 episodes are on my OneDrive, where you download the podcast, and people could download it and watch it, but I have no way to put it on YouTube because it would just get blocked. So maybe someday I'll try to resurrect that LP. I'm almost done. Jedi Starfighter and Starfighter Special Edition for me because I was on Xbox because it had extra stuff. Jedi Starfighter and Starfighter are both super fun games. They're kind of like spiritual successors to episode Battle for Naboo on the N64. They're pretty arcadey and a lot of fun. And they're kind of also... Yeah, they're kind of like Rogue Squadron and Battle for Naboo had a sequel. So... Racer Revenge didn't play. I only played the N64 Racer. And Force Unleashed I'm not talking about because it's not in this generation officially.
Yeah, it was in that sector.
Oh,
Even though
God.
it was good.
I'm tired. That was a lot of Star Wars games to play through, to talk about, and I've Let's Played most of them.
There's not a lot of other games after this that are worth talking about.
Super Monkey Ball. No, I don't feel like
Blitz.
talking about it though.
We already talked
Stuart
about
Little
it.
3, Big Photo
yeah.
Adventure, obviously.
Suzumiya Haruhi, yeah, that anime's awesome. That game sucks.
Oh Jesus. Oh wait, where are we at? We're at S now.
We're at the end
I'm
of
in
S.
T.
Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell.
Oh yeah, Splinter Cell. That's a
Oh,
big
shit.
one.
Yeah.
That trilogy, the first trilogy, was it the one Pandora, Tomorrow, and Chaos Theory? I think Chaos Theory, say it right now, one of the best stealth games ever,
Wow.
Really.
hands down. Dude, they went in. It was like almost a sin that they even released Double Agent after this game. Like it was, the Chaos Theory was so good.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like I was like, man, I like if there was like some parts where I was like, man, I kind of wish Metal Gear Solid was like this. No lie, no lie. Like they had some good.
The good mechanics.
It was so good. Like the controls were good, and it was like one of those other like. It was almost like it wasn't like as punishing as Manhunt, but it's like the first game in particular. If you were caught, like and they're like, oh yeah, use your gun as like a last resort. They'd failed to tell you that it took like 3/4 of your magazine just to kill someone. Yeah, but then they fixed it, like getting towards Chaos Theory, where they made it more sense, but like they still punished the shit out of you if you like messed up.
Yeah.
It was good though.
I'm up to Time Splitters.
Time Splitters, man.
Oh man.
That's another game I could go off on, and it was one of the best like multiplayer games I ever played.
Time
That's
Splitters
all I'm
2
gonna
cover
say.
is a fucking joke. The like cartoony drawn thing.
Hell yeah, dude! I love
Wait.
that.
It doesn't make any
Let me-
sense.
Wait, I'm
Time
trying to
Splitters
find.
2? If you just click on Time Splitters 2.
I know. I'm trying to find like the title.
Oh,
Oh no, I never got that cover. It has a completely different cover.
okay, because that cover sucks ass.
No, that cover has so look at Future Perfect.
Okay.
It has that guy who's the main character.
Yeah, that one I
He's-
recognize.
He's holding a rifle in Time Splitters 2.
Yeah,
Huh.
if you Google it, it has the real cover.
Yeah, that's the real cover.
Okay.
And like
Well,
and both
regardless,
games are,
I
like-
played Time Splitters 1 a little bit, but that doesn't count for the multi-platform ones. Holy
Yeah,
shit,
no.
so many Tomb Raiders. Oh yeah, there's all your Tom Clancy games too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tony
I
Hawk
guess
Pro
yeah.
Skater. In Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, you could play as Django Fett and turn on his jetpack and go crazy.
Oh shit.
Or if you kept doing the jetpack move fast enough, you could just stay in the air for like twice as long. It was great. I would
Hell yeah.
use it against my brother.
Yo, fuck Unreal Tournament. I hate this game. So
Damn,
Unreal,
why?
Oh, dude,
Yo, Unreal
what?
Tournament-
Why?
Yo, so don't get me wrong, it's a cool game, but like the control scheme on console got me so mad.
Oh, well, yeah.
Especially because I went back and played it after the fact, and it used the system of like. So right now, the standard console control scheme is your left stick is forward, backwards, sidestep left, sidestep right. It used to be look left, look right,
Ugh.
move forward, move backwards. So it was like it felt impossible to play that game.
Well, I'm gonna ask you, why were you playing that on PS2?
Because my friend had Unreal Tournament for his PS2.
I had Unreal Tournament 2 for the Xbox only because my aunt gave it to
Wow.
me,
Oh,
but
sorry,
I never
I
got to
didn't
play
even know that.
multiplayer.
Wow.
Why? What'd you play it on?
on PC like a
Yeah,
normal
on
person.
PC, Unreal Tournament's fucking
Well,
amazing.
I'm sorry, I forgot the PC was a 6th generation console.
Damn,
God.
firing
Yo,
back.
listen, I'm just saying there weren't a lot of FPSs that I played on PC at the time. but
Tyler, hold
Unreal was
on.
literally the only one.
Hold
Don't get me
on.
wrong, it was good on PC. But
Beautiful
I'll take it on
Joe.
console.
Beautiful Joe.
Oh, beautiful Joe.
Yeah.
Yep, I
Oh
knew
my
you'd
God,
both
I
be all
remember
over that
that game
shit.
forever.
Yeah.
Dude, I wish Clover Studio was still around. They need to make another one.
They made quality. Like both games were just quality.
They were hilarious.
They were hilarious.
Oh
The
God.
fighting mechanics were good. I liked their use of side scrolling was a lot of fun too. What
We're
else did they
so
make?
fucking close.
Clover? They did Okami, and then they got shut down.
Oh right. Yeah.
Oh, they did part of Devil May... Or no, that was...
And they did God Hand, which no one played.
Yeah. They also...
X-Men Origins Wolverine does not count as this fucking generation. Sorry.
No.
Just throwing that out there.
what else is on here? I think we're hitting the end of the list.
Yeah, please, for the love of God.
Oh my god, 13. I had that game because someone like left it at my house, but I didn't get more than 2 minutes in because I was like, this is fucking
Damn.
weird art style. And I
Yeah,
think my
Warp
parents
3D.
didn't want me to play it. Yo, but the Yakuza series started on this
Oh,
console.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
about to
shit,
say,
yeah.
Yakuza.
Fucking, I've never played a single one of these, and I never will. But I watched that Let's Play Yakuza 0 and Yakuza 4, and I'm like, fuck, this series is
Anything
amazing.
else?
And that
Yo, what
music
about
is so
Xeno?
goddamn
What
good.
about Xenosaga? Did you play Xenosaga, Freeman?
Is that the one with the big-ass titties?
Of all the things.
Uh,
Of all the things. We're gonna keep going.
Holy shit, that was
we're
great.
gonna keep going. We're
Oh,
gonna
it's
go.
Tyler's favorite series, the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh what
Yo, I only played. What did I play? I played Duelist of the Roses, and actually, I didn't like any of these. Thought they were all not good.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
dude, Xenosagas... Forget it. The anime was more pronounced in that regards.
More pronounced.
Whatever. Yeah, no, I got to the end. I'm not trying to fuck with any of these other games.
Oh
Yeah, forget
god.
it. This is dumb.
I'm really not. Like, there's
Yeah, we spent way
none
too
of
much
these
time talking about a
games.
lot of really bad games.
Hey man, there was a lot of fucking games on
There were
this
also
generation.
a lot of really good games.
Yeah, seriously, get the fuck out of here.
I'm a little upset because I forgot what most of the games we talked about were, 'cause this went on for forever.
Well, I mean, Tyler,
I have
I'm
my
guessing
best game.
I'm guessing you know what your answer is to the what's the best game.
Yes.
Freeman, do you?
I think.
Why don't you two say it? Because I kind of think I know where I have to go, but I don't want to unless the ball's already heading that way. Like, I don't want to
Okay.
swing anyone. So we'll do the countdown, and then you two say. I have an idea in my head. I just need to see how you two are falling to know if it'll even matter or if I should go with something else. So 3, 2, 1.
GTA Vice City.
Oh damn! I was gonna say San Andreas.
Okay, it's San
Yeah,
Andreas
it's
then.
seen a mile
Oh my
away.
god.
I didn't play San Andreas. That's the only reason I don't vote it for the top.
I didn't
feel like
either, but
GTA
I know that
as-
it's the one
as
that
a
everyone's
series.
like, fuck, it's the biggest.
Yeah.
It's the best. It's the most important. And I don't want to go for it because it's not really...
No, say it. Even though it's not the best, what games
No.
do you want to say?
No. I was going to say San Andreas, but I don't like it because it wasn't really multi-platform.
What do you mean?
Did it come out on Xbox at the same time?
Did it? I want to say it did.
What's all
Oh, no.
Google?
Or I'll just
Yeah,
go to the
right.
Wikipedia page. It only says... Okay, on Xbox it came out in 2005. On PS2 it came out in 2004. It was like 9 months
Oh, a
later.
year. Oh, look at that.
I don't love it because it's one of those series that no matter what has always seemed like a Sony series. It feels weird to call a GTA game the game of the multi-platform, especially because it wasn't also on GameCube, but there was so little crossover we can't really use that.
What game would you say outside of GTA do you think qualifies the best?
Yeah, it's really hard that there weren't a lot of games for me that were across all three consoles that were like the best.
Yeah, that's the big problem.
Most of them were bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like most of the multi-platform games that were good, in my opinion, were like just on Xbox and PS2.
Honestly, here's two possibilities of things I'll throw out there. Resident Evil 4. I don't really agree with it, but so many people do. I can't totally ignore that. And it's the reason Dead Space is so good. Or, honestly, Guitar Hero.
I can see that
Guitar
too.
Hero
Yeah,
fucking
Guitar Hero.
defined that generation.
Kind of did.
Like,
See,
it
my
so
go
took
ahead.
over. No, go ahead, Tyler. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, with Grand Theft Auto, I felt especially as a kid, right at the time, like Guitar Hero like influenced a lot of people to like get into music and a lot of that stuff I explained earlier. But Grand Theft Auto, like as a franchise, especially when it started with 3, right? It all started with 3, and how parents started actually like around the generation, like first it started with like Mortal Kombat with like the violent video
Oh
games.
my god, you had like news stories every night
Yeah,
about like
GTA.
kids
It was-
getting too violent, sex scenes in your Grand Theft Auto.
You can
Yeah.
mod GTA to have sex?
What is
Yeah.
hot coffee?
Hot coffee, like, and that's the
Jesus.
thing. Every game from 3 to San Andreas around like that area, like it was always covered. And you know what? And that was one of the things where it was like, oh, the negative press ended up getting it more sales
Yeah.
because everybody was like, oh, hey, like this is such like.
Kids were
know,
like, this sounds amazing. I want to
this
see
sounds-
titties.
And you know what the thing was though? It was a good game. At least I thought
Yeah.
it was a good game. And like there are other sandbox games, right, at the time that like, did some solid things, but like nothing gave you more freedom than Grand Theft Auto, and it helped pave the way for like these other games to do like ridiculous shit, because a lot of it came from like, oh hey, I'm gonna do some dumbass shit in Grand Theft Auto, and I'm gonna just turn on this cheat, and I'm flying in a jetpack and 6 stars,
Yeah.
going everywhere, and that's the thing. Everybody was talking about it, and then you have all these games that spawn from it, like Just Cause or Mercenaries,
Yeah.
right? And the list just keeps going. Saints Row, that went on, that spanned 3 games, was a complete satire of Grand Theft Auto.
4.
4, oh yeah, they have 4, 1 through 4. And they also had like brilliant voice acting. They had like prominent actors. Like in San Andreas, they got Samuel Jackson to play Officer Tenpenny.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and then they also got him. Oh my god, you remember oh my god, not Buster, shit, from Arrested Development. Oh my god,
No
the
idea.
dude with the glasses. I don't know why I'm forgetting names, but the caterpillar mustache.
I don't know. The
Yeah,
more I'm thinking about it, the
that-
more I'm set on my choices. I think the actual winner probably is San Andreas. I think if you're going to classify multi-platform as covering the platforms, that's Resident Evil 4. And I think if you go by just game that most people will think of for that generation in the general public, you know what I mean? The thing that most
Yeah.
people play, the most played game of that generation, I'll say,
everyone and
is
their
Guitar
mother
Hero. Everyone has
playing-
touched a guitar, a plastic guitar at some point in their life.
Nah, well, at least in my area. In my area, everybody played. Was it a Grand Theft Auto? It was only
Really?
Yeah, it was really in school. The only people who played Guitar Hero was like my group of friends.
Really?
That was it. Yeah, and maybe like a couple of other people.
See,
Everyone played it around
Guitar
here.
Hero was so big at our school that we had Guitar Hero
Oh
tournaments.
my god, the tournaments.
Man,
that
I wish
wasn't
I
really
went to
till
your
3
school.
came out.
Yeah, we had fucking we had Guitar Hero tournaments at our school that Val and our kid in our grade Dan were.
Oh my god,
And
Dan was
He was a
obsessed with that
fucking
game.
monster. He was the guy who would like daily 99% through Fire and Flames on Expert to try to
It was
fucking.
practice every day.
He was just practicing every day.
Yeah,
He
see,
was
I
the
mean,
guy
like,
who'd go home and instead of like going and playing whatever he wanted, he would play Guitar Hero
Guitar
to
Hero.
practice.
gotta
Yeah.
grind Guitar Hero. Like both those games, like Resident Evil 4, and like the Guitar Hero, like they influenced a lot of games.
Yeah.
But man, like Grand Theft Auto fucking was actually like a market changer. Like I would almost say it's like how Call of Duty 4
Yeah.
was. when that came out.
Oh, fuck, are we already declaring Gen 7?
Gen 7, let's go, baby!
No, but yeah, I think that's why I think the ultimate winner is San Andreas. But I special consideration to Resident Evil 4 and Guitar Hero.
Yep.
Oh man, all 3 of my games made it to the list this time.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, my like actual top 3.
And then
much.
the underdog is Metal Gear, but that was also really a PlayStation game, so it doesn't matter. Haha.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to closing because holy shit, we've been going for almost 3 hours
Oh my
now.
God, this is too fucking long. All right.
Freeman, the only thing that we have for closing outside of our weeks is someone left a comment on episode 11, and you weren't here for 12.
I'm looking at it right now, and I wanted to answer this too.
Yes, because we talked about it a little bit last week. Where should they start? Or let me read the comment again real quick. From last week, we said, Kid Creator, question for Freeman Tyler. A couple of my friends are into Persona and Final Fantasy, and I want to get into where should I start? I tried Final Fantasy 13 as my intro, but I never had the heart to finish it, but I've been told 15 is really good. Are there any other JRPGs you can recommend me? I've never actually played any other than Pokemon. I'm looking for some insight.
So 15 is really good, but it's hardly a JRPG. It's more like an action. It's still really fun if you like action games. You can start getting into it. It'll kind of get you into the feel of like, you know, what elements are always in a Final Fantasy. There's always someone named Sid who's helping you get around. There's always chocobos and whatnot, but it isn't really so much of an RPG. In terms of actually starting into Final Fantasy, one of the older ones I'd probably recommend. It's sometimes hard to recommend. 4 was honestly my first like real intro to the series, but 7 is pretty good. If you want to do 10, they have HD remasters on Steam as well as all the other consoles. A lot of the earlier ones very turn-based. They're all pretty good. Honestly, it's hard to get a feel if you haven't played a JRPG before. I'll touch lightly on Persona because this one's actually a really hard one to say. Persona 3 is the real start of the modern Persona series, but I don't recommend starting there. It had a cool idea that like you could only control your character, but it made the whole game very frustrating. With Persona 4, they let you control your whole party and played more like your typical RPG. 4 is probably your best entry into that series. I am going to warn you, with every Persona game, the first like hour and a half is like cutscenes, exposition, like just setting up the world that you're going to be playing in before you actually get into the meat and bones of the gameplay. So keep that in mind, but 4 is definitely the best way to start if you want to get into the Persona series.
You know what? Your answer is very similar to mine. Except I like hard-pressed Final Fantasy X a little bit more.
Definitely.
Honestly, as a joke...
Yeah.
Oh, no, go ahead, Tyler. You're actually chiming in. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, that was literally just because of the turn-based. Like, it's a lot easier to, like, conceptualize than the time-based. It's still not, like, bad, though. Right? But, like, I always feel like it's a little bit simpler.
I mean, with some of the games, I know if you've ever played like, the DS remake for 4, I think also the one on Steam, it is active time battle, but you can set it to go slow, so that way you are making your own choices. Or I know with the DS version, you can turn off active time battle entirely and just make it a straight turn-based game.
Right.
So you can play it as you want. I remember the first time I started turn-based. I was like, this is a little boring. Let me see how active time battle is. And I like the fun of the added stress. It's kind of like the people who do like Nuzlocke Pokemon runs where you get rid of your fainted Pokemon. Like it adds this little extra challenge, but it's actually built into the game.
Mm-hmm.
My 2 cents was genuinely, I know I keep saying it's a joke. I mean, it's hard to play these days, but Lord of the Rings Third Age is basically just a Final Fantasy game
There you go.
built
right
into
there,
a Western story and Western IP.
Yeah, that's one way to do it.
Like it. If you guys should watch the LP. It's fucking, even if you just glance at it, it's very Final Fantasy. You have action points, you have a turn order, you can track the whole turn order.
Yeah,
Yep,
the
feels
interface. The
feels like
interface
Final
is
Yeah,
Fantasy.
fun.
interface.
like
You
it
can
too.
swap party members in the middle of a battle. You have 3 out and you have 3 in reserve by the end of the game. And they only gain skills based on how much fighting they're doing and all this shit. So,
All right.
there we go, everybody. Fucking finally done.
Jesus Christ. This episode.
Upcoming weeks, let's just do it real quick.
I'm going to Lake George this weekend, so I'm probably not going to get anything done.
Nice.
Oh shit, nice.
It's supposed to thunderstorm though, so I'm pissed.
Are we still not recording? Freeman.
Dude, I am busy.
I'm busy.
See if Luigi wants to record. I can't do it this week.
Oh my god.
Busy bee.
Magic is just dead forever. It's fuck.
Damn, Magic
Look,
is dead
if you
forever.
think you're busy, Luigi's the one who's raiding every 5 seconds.
Oh my god.
It's much more likely for me to just wait for you to be available than to
All
fucking
right,
ever rely on him.
elaborate scheme. Let's go on WoW, pester him. The second he says something mean in chat, we report him. Get him banned from the game.
Wow.
That way he has
Wow.
free time. Let's do this. Operation Free Luigi.
Oh my god.
Operation Luigi.
That's like breaking him out against his will. You're going to Lake George this weekend. That's anything else? Any Persona still?
I mentioned it before on the podcast. I'm very, very close to being done.
Oh yeah, you did. I forgot. Shit.
That was like
plot,
2 weeks ago.
The plot is real good. The betrayal is real. The villain
Betrayal is real.
The story matters. This game is great. Plus, I managed to do what's. I'm not going to get too hard on the mechanics, but basically, it's very difficult to max out this game. You usually have to do multiple playthroughs to max out different components, but the hardest one that you usually never get to do on the first run, I played it right and maxed out on the first run, so I'm very proud of myself.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's beat this game so I can stop talking about it.
Tyler?
Thank Christ. Playing Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, because you got that fucking Switch.
Yeah.
You like it so far?
Yo, I love it so far. It's great. I like working on these like smaller, like lesser Zelda dungeons, like, and then yeah, they're kind of cool. What else am I doing? Might go see Dark Tower this weekend.
Do it. We need to know your opinion.
Right. Oh, I got an interview coming up for a
Oh,
job.
shit.
Oh,
I don't know
nice.
if I told you got.
I think
Well,
you
I
mentioned
should
it.
be. Yeah, I should have it, like, or at least the interview. Who knows? That so far he canceled on me already, but we'll
Oh.
see what happens. Yeah. And then yeah, I think that's about it. Oh yeah, pretty much. I started watching was it Fate Stay Night? Yeah,
Wait, which one?
the Unlimited Blade Works.
Did you already watch Fate Zero, or you jumped straight
Yeah,
into the Blade?
I watched Fate Zero.
Okay, good. You're doing it in the order that I recommend.
Yeah.
What do you
And
think?
I was like,
so
oh
far?
hey, I know this character, like Tosaka. I was like, yo, hey, I remember when you were just a little shit.
It gives you that nice little connection to the previous show until it really starts to kick in.
Yeah. So I'm gonna also be watching that too. So I got a few things I'm doing this weekend, and yeah, I'll definitely let you guys know how Dark Tower is.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Probably followed by Tears. We'll see.
As for me, I'm hoping to have a bunch of time coming up to record stuff. I just finished my ground control mod Let's Play, like I said. It came out of absolutely nowhere. But that's apparently over, and now I'm going to try to... I have this game, that game I was given by the developers, the Starpoint Gemini. That was kind of in this floating fourth LP slot. I think I'm going to just put it in third slot so I can actually get it done. Still working on Dragon Age Origins. That's going to take a million years. But luckily, the few people watching seem to be enjoying it. Alan Wake is almost done. Can finally stop playing that. I was going to do American Nightmare next, but I kind of just want to play another fucking game. Might just not even do American Nightmare.
Yo, I honestly don't think you were missing much. I don't know if you played that or not.
No, but I think I watched an LP a long time ago, and it wasn't fantastic, and...
Yeah, it was
I got too many things I want to play. That's the other problem. Like, too many
Yes.
things I want to record, and I can't do it while I'm fucking stuck in Alan Wake mode. And I lost one session due to my own screw-up, but already that puts me behind on caring about it, so... I was just kind of like, fuck, I don't care. So, finish Alan Wake. I'm going to try to finish a whole lot of stuff this weekend. On a more magic-y note, I spent way too much money on Sunday, and I ordered a standard deck and a new commander deck.
What'd you buy in standard?
That Gear Hulk Reanimator deck
Oh, yeah,
I was
yeah.
telling you about, and I ordered SRAM because I'm
Nice.
tired of getting bullshitted
Bodied
around
at
at my
the store.
shop, and I want to trounce some people
Hell yeah.
with a semi-competitive deck. So I'm
Plus,
hopeful.
you're getting some new tools when the cat deck comes out for white.
Fucking that hammer, dude! They spoiled within
Dude.
less than 12 hours after I ordered SRAM. Here's a new card that you want to order immediately for SRAM. It's like, fuck you.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
But anyway, we're gonna call it a week on this extra long edition of the TNT podcast. It's not even coming out tomorrow because I don't have time. I gotta go straight to bed because I got work tomorrow morning. So
So basically, normal time, same
yeah,
bad time.
it's coming
same
out
bad
normal
channel.
time, but we recorded it a day early. So thanks for listening, everyone. I know this was a long one. Really appreciate you guys hanging around if you did. Shout outs to Kid Creator and Cypher, the only people who seem to listen all the way through to this thing.
Please send in more questions. We're always
seriously,
ready to
questions
answer.
are fun. It's fun to have things to talk about at the end. But anyway, thanks for listening, everyone. We will catch you next week.
Yep. See you later.
next time.